Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the
Hello.
Dunhaven Grand Hotel. Hosted here today in our beautiful country of New Seidrland, our Minister of Domestic Procurement, Viscount Heinrich Leinhauser, is hosting a summit for several leaders of the land. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, get in, dispose of the Viscount, and spoil the feast. There are 3 optional objectives today. You do not have to do these, but there is a prize associated with each to be disclosed if and only if you succeed.
Oh, so we don't know what they are until...
Correct. There's bonus
dang.
payouts.
But I go for all trophies full clear.
Yes.
How am I supposed to... What website can I look up?
Where's the wiki?
The 3 bonus payouts I have for you today.
How do we get to your Neuralink, Drew?
You would mention hoodwinked. And the password is Dinamite. Your bonus payouts for today. Option the first. Poison the Viscount so that he dies on stage during his speech. Bonus payout number 2. Frame Sergeant McDougal for the murder.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone already suspects him.
Option number 3. Steal the Viscount's safe key and clean out the safe in his quarters. That one's bonus payout, I hope, is obvious. You get to keep the contents of the safe.
What was the second one again?
Frame Sergeant McDougal for the murder.
McDougal's is me name.
That's McGoogle.
I know, not in this case.
He
though.
likes a swampy
Just seems
bog.
like we can just, put a note on him and say, I did it.
No,
I'm-
I've got an idea.
I'm kidding. McDougal, the name is just
Well, you just put the poison in a pocket.
in his mouth.
Place the poison in his mouth hole and make him die.
It's an
So, with our bonus payouts offered up to you,
Okay.
I will throw a few key details for you to consider.
Okay.
And we have a empty mat in front of us should layouts and such be required.
Yes. Okay.
The Dunhaven Grand Hotel is a central meeting point for well-to-do individuals. Getting into the building under normal circumstances would be nigh impossible for 3 such as yourselves. This is a gathering point for the highest of society, invite only.
Okay.
There are several guards positioned at all public entrances and exits to the Grand Hotel. It is a 3-story building, a sprawling expanse containing 36 rooms on each floor.
Holy cow.
No small feat to find the Viscount's room. But it can be done. And if anyone can do it, it's sticks and stones. Sergeant McDougal is to be framed for this murder if you want your bonus payout. You will need to identify him, figure out where he is, where he's staying, and kill the Viscount in such a way that implicates the sergeant. It's unimportant who wants him removed or why. You have accepted the contract. The bonus payout is available to you if you succeed.
Okay.
But again, there are dozens of rooms. 3 above surface floors to this hotel. There's also a basement level where a lot of the service staff cook and clean, prepare things.
Okay. So
Also
there's
very well guarded entrances to those. So
Okay.
getting in here is going to be no small feat.
three floors up,
3
one
floors up,
basement floor.
1 basement floor.
Do we have an elevator?
No. There's no service elevators. The surface elevator waiting for you.
Even one of those like tiny ones they had back in the day.
Oh, a dumbwaiter?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are probably there.
Okay.
But
cool.
you gotta be a little one though.
Yeah. No.
You know,
Yeah.
climb in there. Let me just sneak in there like a little mouse.
Yeah.
She didn't mention that she's a shapeshifter.
Yeah. Did I not?
Oh no, my
I not-
plan is thwarted.
Tia's a character's a contortionist.
Did I not mention that?
Frogman.
Did I have a shrink ray?
So, Sticks and Stones.
Okay.
Premier Secret Assassin Squad of New Seidrland. You find yourselves in Dunhaven, capital city of our great country, New Seidrland. Few streets across town lie the Grand Hotel. You are currently posted up, presumably in your... all I can think of is the tooth cart from Django Unchained.
Yeah. We are.
Rolling into town, preparing sticks and stones for operation during the day. You have a few hours to plan before nightfall. Gather information, collect intel. But as with most of your contracts, you've simply been handed a name and a few conditions. The day is yours to plan, infiltrate, and prepare.
Well,
I suppose introductions might be in order as well, if you'd like to describe yourselves
we know each other. Oh, for the
for
people.
the people at home. You know each
Oh,
other.
You'll see. The layers will be peeled back.
All right, boss.
Much like an onion, I want to peel us. Ouch.
So we gotta frame this sergeant fella, and we also gotta poison him. Not the sergeant, but the viscount. So if
Wait, I'm sorry. Can I just real quick? You said if it's done poisoned and he dies during his
If you
speech,
poison him so that he dies during his speech,
that's like an extra
bonus payout.
Okay.
That is the biggest prize.
So
they
we don't
just
have
want him to die.
Right. Okay.
If you don't think you can pull it off,
Okay.
if you don't think you're good enough assassin,
I
I
You
think
should
we're
just
being
stab
baited.
him
I think we're
for-
being baited.
I wasn't joking. I want all trophies full clear.
Well, I realize that.
So if we poison the Viscount, and then perhaps put the empty vial with trace poisons on the sergeant and report him, then he would have the vial that contained Cusco's poison.
Poise for Cusco. Cusco's poison.
Well, Lincoln, what poison is available?
Well, given
Is
we
the-
want to
the
do
best.
it during the speech, we probably want something that's a little slower. Maybe into to start acting, but then is quick once it has begun. Because we don't want it to be so slow that he's able to be saved, but we don't want it to be so fast that he dies as soon as we administer it. So, rummage through my pack and find a poison, perhaps. Is there any? Do we know any intel? Like, if he's giving a speech, is he gonna have like a drink that one would have?
That'd be a
water?
reasonable assumption.
Like there's gonna be
you can-
food.
Yeah, you guys can if you
Odor.
want to. You can go like scope it out, see what's going on.
That's what I was gonna say. I was
Okay.
gonna
Let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Um,
To the hotel.
I will throw out for you. There are, given this is like a working hotel, there will be things like rat poisons and stuff available if you know where to look. So there, I wasn't kidding when I was like, I hope you studied your Hitman layouts, because you can do. I'm gonna let you guys do like stealth knockouts. So if you can sneak up on somebody and roll and hit them, you can non-lethally like knock somebody out without starting a combat.
Oh, cool.
But if you fail,
Yeah. Then
they're gonna go, "Oh, he hit me on the head," and then it's all over.
Then a fight starts.
Yeah, then
and
it's
the
the-
next wave might come.
Oh no! And then you know you gotta get out of there. So yeah, just let me know if you guys want to go around. If you want to procure supplies and stuff, You guys have an amount of starting funds. I'll give you guys 1,500 gold probably from your last kill.
Okay.
So 500 gold each.
Yeah. However you want to break that out, you just let me know. You're in the capital
You can hold
city
on
of
to
New
my money.
Seidrland. Everything is available.
You can hold my money.
Oh yeah, maybe we should just have the captain hold the money.
Yeah.
Peace.
Wow.
Deuces.
Who voted for her?
You did. See ya.
I think scouting is a good idea. I'd also like
Yes.
to learn the relationship between the sergeant and the viscount, to learn if they're close, if they're enemies, or like what the relationship.
I would
is
like to
there.
get a good layout of this
The hotel.
so that I can know where we can either slip in or the most quiet area for us to knock out some guards, knowing
Okay.
that this is a heavily guarded area.
Yeah.
So I would
Go talk to
let's
the kitchen staff.
let's go to the area.
Okay.
I would like to sit outside and stake out because I want to see if every entrance and exit is being guarded. I want to see what people are allowed in, or also which people maybe aren't allowed in but they accept deliveries from.
Okay. Perfect.
If they're like, hey, this is for the feast, and like you can't come in, give me the box.
Okay.
And then the
So I'm gonna take a few notes real quick, but
And-
carry on.
could I also get the surrounding buildings?
Yes.
Like what's nearby?
If we break into the tchotchke shop next door and drill
And
through
blow
the
a
wall,
hole. Listen, we'll leave a nice envelope of cash for the hole. Sorry about that.
they have insurance.
I'll start digging into my bag, and I'll pull out a nicer looking cloak to cover up my ghastly arm.
Okay.
Here, I've got
It's
the.
it's gonna be white with a little bit of like maybe gold embroidery on it.
Very nice.
Nice.
Try to make it look
That
a little
blends
nicer.
right in with this
Yeah.
this crew.
event.
Is that Ernesto de la Cruz? No.
All I really ever carry in my bag in our little cart is literally cloaks and like 2 daggers. There's a
I love
bunch of
it.
different styles of clooks.
Bro, cloak and dagger.
I got this for you.
Thanks.
It's Heinrich Leinhauser's medical records.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Well, you're gonna need his size
Yeah.
for the right amount of poison
Where'd you get these?
from the person that gave us the job.
Oh. Okay.
Wow, he's 450 pounds at 6'2".
Hey, that's gonna make a difference for how your poison's metabolized.
Is this allowed?
Is this allowed? I just did it. I figured
You
you'd
said it with
intervene.
such confidence. It's reasonable, not like a medical history.
Yeah, but like
but,
basic
yeah,
knowledge.
he's
All of his weaknesses.
he is a public figure.
He's gluten
That's what I'm
sensitive.
saying.
Yeah.
Not like-
Viscount Leinhauser is in his late 50s. He
Like height,
is,
weight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Give me a second. Give us a little happen. He is 165
welcome.
pounds, give or take. It's approximately 5'10". So roughly average.
So just a
height
lot of
weight.
caffeine will probably take him out.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Let's bring him
Heavy
to
dose.
Joke's on you.
Panera.
I've been microdosing caffeine.
Panera.
Let's take him out to lunch.
Charged lemonade.
Charged
Yeah.
lemonades, yeah.
Here, have 2 or 3 of these.
Those are actually gone now. They got rid of them.
Good.
I wonder why.
I can't imagine. So yeah,
Okay.
fair enough. That would be
Yeah.
available to you. He is the only person you would have a rough like sketch of as well. He's
Okay.
a fairly gaunt of face, very
Well, he's like a
Picky.
public figure too.
yeah. That's why they have a sketch of like this is the person I want killed
Yeah.
because they wouldn't have a picture of him, but they could draw it for you.
Okay.
So he's very gaunt of face. He's got a very
Is that big face?
What's the dude that they digitized for Star Wars? Grand Moff Tarkin. He's got kind of that look going, but
Nice.
because it's a artistic sketch, he's got those like crazy cheekbones. He do be looking like to keep throwing references out that like 30 people will get. He do have the Anton ego from Ratatouille. Very, very like long face.
Well, let's get Operation Long Face underway.
You know how you kill him? You go, why the long face? And he goes, and his eyes roll out of his head because he's never heard that before.
That's the first time.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
we have
Buildings?
Lincoln would like to scope out who is able to come and go.
Yes.
Shapiso wants to check out nearby buildings, and Hoyd wants a layout of the hotel.
Entrances and stuff like that.
I'll leave it up to the three of you, the order of operations.
I'll hop out first.
Okay. In that case, Hoyd, if you would please give a quick descriptor of yourself.
Hoyd is about 5'8". He's a short fella. And
Short
he's
kings
got,
rise up.
he's
We
got
can't see you.
blondish hair. He has a stature that makes him look taller than 5'8". So he kind of sticks out. He's fairly thin, but is muscular. He's always seen wearing a cloak, hiding what was a missing arm, is now a ghastly arm that he traded for a soul coin for with the tax collector. And he does have a revolver, which he rarely ever uses, but he does wield daggers very, very efficiently. And the last thing is he's super confident in himself and in his abilities.
That's what we love to see. So, Hoyd, approaching the hotel, it's a very like regal walk up. There's these large kind of spired fences that kind of trail around the whole sides. There are several quite large hedges that buttress up against those fences. Take from that what you will. And those hedges go along the sort of left and right sides, providing a modicum of privacy for the buildings to the left and right. This is where you'll fully discover the true scope of the 3-story walk-up of this building. It has these very tall, quite angular Gothic-style sort of spired rooftops on the corners. And then for the central bit of it, it's got a very kind of like trapezoidal setup kind of deal, so that rain and other things would sort of flow off. There are some rain gutters that kind of run along the sides that could potentially provide you a good climb up. There's a few water pipes. Might be a little bit noisy, but potential's always there. And there are many, unlike some of the buildings we've encountered in Fletcher's Roost and Carcasso, many windows here will be fully glass and can be slid open and shut. So they will rise up and down to close rather than kind of opening out.
Okay.
But this building is quite large, and it is already popping. There are people all through the courtyards. There's people in every window. It's a very crowded venue. If you are able to get inside, it's very likely you'll pass unnoticed through the crowds. Lots of people are more looking for who they can talk to rather than what they can offer someone else. Everybody's looking to improve their own station. But there are, you know what? We'll do our first roll about it. Go ahead and give me an awareness test from Hoyd as we're kind of scoping this out.
As he's rolling, you said the windows, the exterior, it's all glass, and then they open up.
Yes, so there's a window for every room,
Okay.
at least on the outside of the hotel.
Okay.
First critical fail.
Oh,
Plus 5, but it's
Okay.
a 1.
Okay. Did you have a
Hoyd!
mastery on it?
I didn't have mastery. I just have plus
Oh
5.
no!
Hoyd. What's happening, Hoyd?
Does anyone want to help him?
Hoyd.
Can
Yes.
anyone help him?
With what was
Mastery and awareness?
it? Awareness, yes.
Does anybody have mastery and awareness?
Yes.
Do you want to spare him from his natural
Yes,
one?
I do, because this is
Okay.
crucial.
Yeah. I'll let you do it after he's rolled because we need help.
6. Okay,
Turning
so
that into a natural 7. So no longer a
Max.
critical fail. Now we're in the low teens. So not the ideal for you, but I'll say it's probably reasonable. You guys are used to doing your scope outs probably a week or so in advance. But this is a last-minute contract. This guy has announced that he's doing a speech, and he is almost never in a big public forum, despite being a public figure. This is the most accessible he will likely ever be.
And what time is this speech?
He's going to be giving his speech somewhere around 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Doors open at 4:30. Dinner is at 5:30.
Okay, 7 p.m. speech. 4 doors open, and then dinner 5:30.
Yes. So if you
dinner
were,
at 5:30, 7 p.m. speech.
yes, 7 p.m. speech. But I'll say, as you're scoping out, looking around, you do see a service entrance, sort of like it's like a utilidor from Disney. So it's just like a little slab that leads down into the hotel. There is a single guard posted out there. I'll leave their disposition somewhat vague. They are well armored as they are in position, and they seem to be checking individuals that come in and out for certain identifications. But every single person that walks through that door is effectively carded. But that would be on if you're facing from the front, it would be on the right-hand side, about halfway down the hotel. There's just a little dip, and as you kind of circle around, there's a sort of drop-off point. The back of the building lacks any real scalability, but is not super well guarded. There are patrols even now during the day that are sort of heading their way around, such that at any given point in time, as one guard is turning a corner, another will be able to see them, so that they never break contact with at least one other guard as they're kind of patrolling around. They do seem to be somewhat relaxed, given that it's daytime and nothing's really happening yet. But for now, even still, they monitor one another to make sure. But the back of that building, if you could clear it and climb, would be your easiest way in, but not necessarily the most convenient.
How often do they shift out?
Shift changes?
Yeah.
Each set of guards so far, depending on how long you want to stay out there. I'll say you guys are starting your scope out probably pretty early. I'll throw for you, it's probably 10 a.m. So you got a couple hours to really get a read on it. Every about 2 hours or so, the guards are changed in, and the guards that are on the outside duty go inside, and then inside guards come outside.
Is there a general entrance? What's the general entrance look like?
Yeah,
How heavily guarded
so that'll
is
be your front and center spot. There is a non-guard individual that does have a long list that they appear to be checking, and as people come up, they present an invitation, and their names are checked on a list. There are guards near this person, but they seem very relaxed unless somebody is not on the list. Then they will sort of move in, place a hand on a weapon, and escort them off the property. So just don't get caught. Pick a really convenient and good name.
John Smith.
Which one?
The second one.
John
deciding
Smith
if I wanna
of the
roleplay
Vermont
this.
delegation.
As a servant.
There are 6 of those. So I will say that's the rough layout of the outside. It wouldn't be beyond the scope of your guys' capabilities to go to a city hall equivalent and get a general blueprint layout of the inside. If that's something you'd want to do, I would say it would just cost about an hour of prep time.
I would say
From Hoyt.
that's worth it. To get a blueprint of the interior? The full, yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to take it with you, but you could at least look at it. I am of the mind that, that's a reasonable thing you could do in our day and age.
Yeah.
The guard at the service entrance, does he look nervous, or is he relaxed as well?
He seems pretty relaxed.
Are the guards in active conversation with service people, or are they mostly just ID now?
It's pretty much they're just kind of chilling. Somebody walks up, they stand a little more attentively, they see the ID, and they go on through. Doesn't seem to be a too heavy of a once-over process. It's more of like a, okay, paperwork checks out, on you go.
And it's just got to be a name on a card, right? We're not in a point where they could like take photos and print it.
No,
on
yeah,
there.
they have. It's more a case of
You'd
you're
have to-
checking the badge, not the person.
Right. So you'd have to
Easy.
know like what those invites look like.
I was thinking about taking somebody like not out, but
We
doing a
could
little-
pay him. So how
or
much
p-
were you
or
going to
pay 'em.
make tonight? Here's
Yeah.
Yeah.
twice that.
Hey, you're
Give me
sick
your
today.
tag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're sick today. Get out of here.
Oh, gee, thanks, mister.
You're not feeling good.
I'm gonna go to Disneyland.
So
Okay.
yeah, that'll be that's the general layout of the outside of the hotel.
Okay.
Guard positions and such. Between the two of you, who's next?
Me.
Scissors cuts
I
did
can go
not
there.
enter.
Now you go.
Okay, so Lincoln, you want to scope out more specifics of who is coming and going.
Yeah, I want to do that, and with the context now of seeing how like staff is showing up too.
Okay, so let's do a roll about it.
Is there?
You can do awareness, you can do intuition. We'll start with those two for now.
They're the same. 14
Okay, so
on intuition.
awareness.
Oh.
Oh, awareness. I don't have mastery.
That's
So
fine.
as
I don't
you-
need more. It was like 16. It went. No.
Oh, okay.
So as you're on approach, if you'd go ahead and give a brief descriptor of yourself.
Lincoln is a realistic Tim Burton character, very pale of skin.
So Helena Bonham Carter is not far away.
He's got shorter black hair, and he's got like a waistcoat, but then also a trench coat with a popped collar because he doesn't like getting too much sun, but also doesn't want to be recognized. And the trench coat also has a lot of his tools and stuff in there as needed.
'Kay.
Potions.
Okay.
Potion seller.
So Lincoln, as you are on approach, and we're focused more on service staff coming and going.
Yeah, I want to see the people that are getting in, not the main entrance, but anyone that's getting in another entrance, what
The
that
sort of, like-
process kind of looks like.
Yeah, sort of side entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also people leaving. Is there anything, like, do they get checked out in the same way, or can they just walk out freely? That kind of stuff.
Okay. So we'll start with the sort of other entrances. What you're able to glean from Hoyd's initial investigation is there is the front entrance, which is obviously quite well guarded, very well looked over. And there's that sort of service side entrance where the general vibe you get over probably 40 minutes of scoping out is anytime somebody shows up, if they have any kind of delivery, anything like that, they flash a badge. All of the badges, as far as you're able to tell from at least from a fair distance away, are identical. In order to get in that service entrance, you just need some degree of identification showing that you are on the service staff. The hotel itself would employ hundreds of individuals to keep that place running. So it's fairly reasonable that any given individual guard would likely, even if they had a name on those badges, wouldn't know that person in particular.
Quick side question.
Yes.
In any of this, looking around, are there any Riftkin at all? Or is it strictly people?
In terms of like guests, no.
In the hotel, there's none.
There are some in the sort of lawn space out front, sort of mingling about, but they don't appear to be beholden to anyone. They do just seem to be there and more difficult to remove than they are to just leave be.
Okay.
Okay.
As in most cities, you'll see many, many pigsties just kind of grazing on the lawn, and
Just checking.
a few of the groundskeepers do try to run them off on occasion.
I have a preliminary idea,
Like-
but I want to...
There is, I will throw for you, there are 3 scrap yaps that do appear to be effectively like hotel staff, more or less, where you see dog houses for them. And they are on chains, which is very silly if you know about scrap yabs, given that they love to eat metal.
Yeah.
So it seems to be mostly for the illusion of security for the people there, where if they had to, they could just chew through and get out of there. They're like chain chomps. They'll just break and go for it. So that's the service entrance. As for the actual entrance to the hotel, there seems to be a bit more of a to-do to get in. Invitations. A lot of the times the individual welcoming them in is checking against a list and a little booklet, and is checking their invitation and is greeting most of them by name, and allowing them through.
Are they letting in like entourages of people?
No.
With the person or
No,
just
it
the
seems
person?
to be, I'll say from Lincoln scoping out, 14's pretty good. You're checking out. When people are walking up, they'll say, I am, Baron such and such of wherever.
Uh-huh.
And many of them have a +1.
Okay.
And they will introduce that person and their name gets written down.
Okay. So not more than one.
Yeah, most of the time.
So
There are a
so servants
few-
aren't allowed in. To
So
this thing.
that's a good question. So the service entourage, if you were to have like manservants, people bringing your
Yeah.
luggage, things like that, they would go through the service entrance,
Okay.
and they get a separate badge
Okay.
to say that they are accompanying
From
Baron such and such. Or
different
wherever.
from hotels
Yes.
badge.
It is to
Hotel
say
staff.
like these are not
Yep.
hotel staff. What happens after they get inside is anyone's guess. But yes, they would be going through the sort of seen and not heard entrance. Just kind of head off to the side. Roll a d4,
Me?
Lincoln.
Do it. Let's see it, Lincoln.
I was just curious while you're watching.
4.
4. Okay. I was going to give you a 25% chance, and you nailed it. So, Lincoln, as you are watching the front door,
Mm-hmm.
a man in full Seidrland military regalia approaches
The side door.
the main door,
Main door.
Sorry.
presenting an invitation, and he is accompanied by 4 sort of youths that are carrying various parcels, bags, suitcases, his general luggage, things he might need. And you're just able to hear the sort of door person mutter, "Welcome, Sergeant McDougal. A pleasure to have you here today, sir." And you hear a "huh" from the sergeant. And the 4 individuals that are with him are issued small blue badges and directed to walk around towards that service entrance. And one of the guards from the front gate will accompany those 4 down below.
We've got our sergeant.
Roll a
And his 4 hench boys.
roll a d100, and let me know if the number is 76 or higher.
53.
53. Okay. One of the service boys, as they're walking, their badge gets caught on one of the sort of bushes nearby, and it snaps. But they notice, and they lean down and they pick it up. I was going to give you a freebie, but no.
But the
free
dice
lunch
said
here.
no.
The dice said no. The dice said no. That's too easy.
It is.
Too
So,
easy.
Those 4 will
I run up
disappear.
and I give it back. You dropped this.
You drop this, king. It's your crown. We respect the grind set. So, Lincoln, that's the rough comings and goings of the individuals that are attending this party.
Righteous.
So last but certainly not least, the leader of this little operation. Tia, if you would like to describe your character.
It's Helena Bottom card.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Kind of wild eyes.
Um,
A little frazzled hair.
I'm about average height. Olive skin. I do have a shaved head, but I have lots of wigs for
Infiltration.
every occasion, including infiltration.
Smart.
Bald is just a mindset.
Yeah. Well, it's just shaved.
Yeah.
I wear like little tiny spectacles like Benjamin Franklin. And
It's an important fact. The music decided.
You got a big orchestral
just a
sting
haunting
for that.
drop at that.
I wear tiny spectacles.
Write that down. Write that down.
That will matter later.
And despite my like average like build, pretty strong, pretty nimble,
Like an ant.
like an ant. Yeah, I can 50 times
times.
my body weight. I can lift both Hoyt and Lincoln if need
You
be.
need to work with the ants. These are the carpenter ants.
I'm just wearing really whatever everyone else is wearing. I'm really trying to just blend in.
Okay.
And then I just throw on our signature Sticks and Stones coat when by our cart.
Checking out the nearby buildings. Go ahead and make an awareness test.
Okay.
Scope it out.
Okay.
Vibe check. The vibes are off the charts. You decide which direction.
Just we've double dipped. Oh boy. Can I use master on that?
If you have mastery, you should use it because it's free.
What was your roll? Or what were you rolling for? Excuse me.
Awareness. So
Scoping out the
I feel like I gotta save my mastery for when we're doing it.
probably.
I would hate to use it all in prep.
So 13.
But if you prep really well,
It's true.
Eh.
it could get easier.
It's 13 total.
13 total?
I do
Yes.
better under pressure.
Okay. The nearby buildings. Right next to the hotel on the right-hand side is a single-story shop.
Okay.
They specialize in scrolls, parchment, inkwells, writing implements, and utensils. They are a calligraphy store. The roof of which only stretches up about 8 feet before you get that big sort of steepled roof, which would put you, if you were daring enough, high enough to leap the barbed fence, but it would land you on the right side of the building, which is where the servants' entrance is. So you would be in full view
Of the guard.
of the guard that's down there, unless you moved them in some way.
Okay.
If you were to head behind this calligraphist, there is an herbalism shop, an herbalist.
Further down.
Yeah, so it would be like the hotel is large enough to extend so that the back of it will be buttressed up against the street behind, where you would have a shop here and a shop here that kind of have a back alley between. So it'd be like building, but the hotel is long enough.
Does
that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I can draw it, but it's just going to be rectangles, kind of. So behind... So you would have a... Think of it like this.
If you're
So-
looking at the hotel, there's a little alleyway on the right-hand side. Immediately to the right is that calligraphy shop. Behind the calligraphy shop down that alleyway
Is another shop.
Yes.
shop.
Okay.
So the shops are kind of back to back.
Okay.
With about a 10-foot alleyway so that the doors could open
Okay.
on either side for disposing of garbage, taking things out, or, service entrances, stuff like that. But this is the right-hand side of the hotel if you were front-facing. You would
Okay.
have the calligraphist, and right behind would be an herbalist.
Right behind the calligraphy shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they have a similar style of roofing on this herbalist, but more notably, they do have several very large skylight windows that are, at least currently, propped up to let in some light and fresh air, presumably for the plants held within. If you were to head around the back, you'd be getting into sort of a restaurant boutique wall of buildings.
Okay.
You guys are in a very heavy, commercialized district of Dunhaven. So you'd have several restaurants on the far side that a lot of the guests may or may not be exiting the hotel to snag food during their stay. However, tonight they are doing a hosted dinner for this big speech that is to be going on. And those you would have a heck of a time utilizing for anything other than maybe getting a high vantage point at night, because you've got a 20-plus foot stretch of road between the 8 to 12 foot high hedges and kind of fencing. then you've got a big stretch of road, and then those buildings on the far side. Now, if you were to head over to the left, you've got another very long building that appears to be a book repository, as you're kind of looking in there. Only a single entrance facing the same direction as the entrance to the hotel, but this building is more of the long and narrow rather than kind of split in two and wider. So you've got a big rectangle for the hotel, and then two small squares. And then street, and then buildings on the far side.
Streets.
Yeah, so streets would be in front and behind.
Yep.
Because they're all going to run parallel to one another.
Yeah.
And then alleyways that cut between each building.
With the book on the left. And
book repository is notable in that its roof is flat. And not spired or steepled. And does stretch about 13 feet in the air. So similar to that far side, if you were daring and timed it well enough, you could leap over that fence. You would just have to be mindful of the guards. So there are many ways to sort of get in. I will say on the far side in the back, you could climb the sort of vines and hedges that have grown around the fencing. But it would not be without a heavy degree of difficulty. You'd be climbing like wrought iron bars with vines wrapped around them that are spined at the top. So if you messed up, you'd be in a bad way.
Right.
And you may or may not be able to climb those without making a lot of noise on a big open street.
Right.
So if you could get in, the back would be the easiest way to get into the hotel. But entering from that back wall is one of the least likely ways to get in. But you do have the book repository, the herbalist shop, and the calligraphy store. So the hotel itself, if you were to face the front, is about 300 feet wide. Okay, big hotel. Very, very big. 3 stories up, all sort of wood and brick structure.
Okay.
The book repository to the left is more of a sort of brick cube rectangle shape that stretches the full width backwards all the way along.
Okay.
So we're talking 100 some odd feet that way. They've got a lot of storage space in there. And if you were to go to the right,
It's a front.
it is a front of a building. But it could be a front for anything. And then the right-hand side, you'd have your calligraphy shop, which stretches about 60 feet back. Then you've got about a 10-foot alleyway. And then you've got the herbalism shop, sort of greenhouse deal, that stretches the remaining distance.
What's the hotel on here?
The hotel is the space between,
Just the middle.
regrettably.
I see.
But in order to show you, like, building, gap, building, hotel covers the entire width of that. If you were to jump from there to there, you'd be landing in the lawn of the hotel.
Okay.
There's not a way to, like, leap and grab the wall.
Okay.
Unless you're a summoner with Despairer. Then you could probably do it. But we are talking about a very sizable, like, 30-foot jump to put you on par.
I think
You would be
Mulholland
on the level of the second floor, but if you jumped, you would just fall. Yeah. But if all of you were Despairer summoners,
Rebuild, give everything
Flying.
hands.
respect, get mole hands and fly speed. We all have twirlnados with mole hands. We can fly and dig. You can't stop us. The meeting is taking place underwater. Webbed feet. Yay. My second summoner ability is water breathing. Woo!
It just
I am an all-terrain Faraday.
It's just extra funny to me because, like, there are situations where genuinely mole hands would be very helpful.
We've made fun of it in the last 6 episodes of Signature 6, and it keeps coming up.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, God dang it, mole hands would be so good. Yeah, there's a 2-foot thick wall. T, you want to do it? If only we had mole hands. And I'm like, it's not too late. And everyone's like, yeah, it is.
Every time we get a trait, you can pick mole hands. No.
Yeah.
I don't want mole hands, I want +1 AC. Okay.
Should have picked mole hands.
Mole hands would
Every
have gotten us
time.
through this wall immediately. It would have, but it
Okay.
won't now. So yeah, that's your rough layout Regrettably, I lack the Dwarven Forge funding to actually show you a 300-foot long to scale hotel.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, when we're on our Critical Role era, we can do that. But until such a time, you're
Okay.
talking roughly 300 feet by roughly 180.
Okay.
And that's just the exterior of the hotel. But from there, I'll say as Hoyd pays a visit to the civil offices and acquires a rough blueprint of the hotel. There's about a 60 by 80 courtyard in the middle of the hotel. Big open space, which would tell you that for each room, there's only a handful on the corners of each building that wouldn't have a window to the outside. So most rooms in this building, rather, do have some way of getting in or out that is not the primary door.
Okay.
This is a big, lavish spend for Dunhaven to
On-
build this big hotel.
On my way back to the crew, to the group,
Yeah.
do I see any sort of winery or alcohol maker of
yeah.
any sort?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. There are I would say at least 5 on your way.
Okay.
You guys are in the big commercial district. If you were ever going to find one.
Do any of them look like they're gearing up to take a shipment potentially to a hotel? Large shipments, small shipments?
Let's do... You know what? We'll do another percentile on it, but this one's going to be a little easier. Roll a D100, and let me know if the number is 26 or higher. There's a very good chance.
53.
There we go. So, Hoyd, on your way back, keeping the layout of the hotel completely locked in your brain, fully in sync with Lincoln without even knowing. Sync and Lincoln. There's a small little boutique winery that appears to be just stacking up a big cart. And there's a very nervous and hurried looking young woman that is just piling wine bottles onto this cart and preparing to run. But absolutely. Getting it stocked up. And there's a sort of older gentleman kind of helping her load it up. They seem to be the owners of the winery.
I would like to go talk to the older gentleman.
Okay. As he's loading, he goes, yeah, there's 3 more of the 1340 vintage. Oh, hello, young man. Hello.
Before I start talking, my ghastly arm is now tucked into my body, so he can't see, so I look like I'm one-armed and potentially in need of money.
Yeah.
And
do you still have the white and gold cloak?
it is a reversible cloak.
Okay, so flip it up.
I've reversed it, and it looks a little bit more grungy.
I was gonna say, like, if he shows up,
it's like a brown cloak.
Yeah.
that
Just
maybe
a
has a
basic-
couple little
Yeah.
burn marks on it.
totally fair. I was just gonna say, like, you
reversible,
show up with
yes.
one arm, but like super ritzy. Please, do you
And-
have any
and
money?
It's very very clear that I'm missing an arm right
Yeah.
now. And I go up to him and I go, "Would you like some help for a little bit of coin to get these to the party? I assume."
Oh yes, we have a very important shipment to be made, but I can't step away from the shop. I would happily. And he'll kind of like shuffle around and find like 6 copper and like 2 silver and be like, we would be honored if you would assist us.
I only need 2 copper for the hotel stay tonight. I'll do it for 2.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, thank you very much, young man. And he'll hold it out and kind of notice the sort of fall away in the cloak. And no, I insist, and he'll hand you 2 more. Like, it's very least I could do for your assistance.
I appreciate you. Do you have a badge to get in?
The young girl will be like, yeah, I have one. Here, it's we have a spare. She'll hand it to you. They
And
seem to be quite flustered at your eagerness to help. So they'll hand you a very small blue badge that just says service delivery with the name of the winery on there.
And what's the name of the winery?
Let's figure that out together.
Wine and more.
We'll call it
Bevmo.
Grumbled Grapes.
Grumble Grapes?
Grumble Grape Winery. Why not?
That's their tagline.
It's called
Yeah.
Winery.
Grumble Grape Winery.
Why not? Why not us? Give it a chance. They worked for the Borderlands movie. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
Come
Go
on.
see it, please.
Come on.
And then
Why not me?
I'll hang out until they're done filling up. I'll even help them fill up the cart.
Okay.
And then I will take the cart almost directly back to the crew, tell
Okay.
them my plan, and
Okay.
so we can go from there.
Yeah. You take the cart of Grumble Grape Winery deliveries and 4 copper, and you're like,
And
mission success.
while the old man doesn't notice it, he would probably notice how strong I am with one hand.
Yeah.
But
You just
I am actually
hoisted it
I am
on up there.
actually using 2 hands, really.
Okay. In the our ghostly hand, is it your dominant or your
It's
your
my left
sidearm?
hand. It's my left hand.
Okay.
So,
So
it's
not
not
your
non-dominant. Yeah, I'm
Right-handed.
right-handed
Okay.
in real life. I always assume left is non-dominant.
Suck it, lefties.
And it's not even that. It's just
Yeah.
left hand. It's not
It's
dominant.
fair.
It's
It's fair.
Yeah.
30 years of being dominant in the right. Yeah.
It's only dominant for sinner. No.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah, I know. That's
Oh my
that's why I
word.
said that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'll say, Hoyd, you probably have like a cocktail napkin sketch of the layout of the hotel, a cart and a badge to get in.
Dude, heck yeah. All right. Quick, brief check-in.
Yeah.
Like, you're coming to us, right?
Yeah, I'm coming to you guys. I'll come to your guys' cart before I obviously go in.
You're like, no need. I've got this.
I will take a peek into the.
I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
I'll take a peek into the bottles of wine that or whatever alcohol I'm bringing, and I'm
Yeah.
looking for the fanciest looking one. Is there like a fancier one
Yeah.
than others?
That'd be that 1340s vintage.
1340s vintage.
This
That-
thing has
yeah.
aged 70 years. Hopefully that wine
Dusty.
doesn't go bad. Stuff's gonna be
It's gonna have such good flavor.
gonna be brutal.
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
So, all right, I'll be making my way back.
Perfect. I found city ambiance.
Does it
I
just
like
say
it.
like 3 hours city ambiance, 1.5 hours in interruption by skunk ape?
No, it doesn't say that exactly. It's only 1 hour. Okay. So yeah, Hoyd's got a cart full of wine and a service badge.
Excellent.
Shapiso, you've got a good layout of nearby buildings, and incumbent with all of this, Lincoln, you've figured out roughly the guard patterns, the when and the where of everything, and otherwise, I'll say by now it's probably 2:30. You got about 2 hours before the doors open to the sort of majority of the non-early arrivers. That's when you should start seeing people come flooding in.
Nice.
And to reiterate, there is the guard at the service entrance does not check badges on the way out. You can just freely leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so
don't
there's
seem
not a
to
check-in,
be.
check-out
Yeah, they don't
process.
seem too concerned about people leaving the hotel. They're much more concerned about coming in.
Okay.
The call's coming from
Okay.
inside the house.
I've got a little idea. I got a little
Okay.
idea when we're all back together.
Seems like Lincoln
Let's
does
all.
too.
We're all back
Lincoln's
together.
going.
Yep. All right. We've met up again. Well done, Hoyd.
I will walk over to you guys and Chapizo, Lincoln, I've got an idea. And I'll pull out the 1340s vintage wine.
Yeah, from Grumble Grape Wineries.
I'm doing a delivery for Grumble Grape Wineries.
Why not?
Why
They gave
not
me 4
us?
copper. He offered me about one silver, 6 copper, but I felt bad, especially it being an assassination, to just take all his money. I think we should poison this bottle, and I will deliver it to the Viscount myself.
Okay.
And I have a badge to get in the service center. Pull the
Okay.
badge up. What do you guys think?
My only concern is how do you ensure that he drinks it?
This looks like the best bottle they've got. We could pre-pour and poison a glass, like a servant maybe had pre-poured it for him.
Well, I agree. I like where your head's at.
Yes.
I think my just top of table, my hazmat, I've named PhD so that I can have one.
I have a PhD.
I think we could inject the poison. PhD can stick his proboscis through the cork, and you don't even have to open it.
Pre-poison the wine.
Yes. However, I did see our friend Sergeant McDougal enter with his 4 henchboys, and I think we can use that to our advantage. I think if you go in with that wine and perhaps ask one of them which one is the sergeant's favorite, we could put like a gift on it, like a note, like, hey, this is for Sergeant McDougal, and leave it with the front desk, and then follow where they take it to deliver. Then we know what room he's in. You could also do that for the Viscount, if he has a room here. Then we at least know where they're staying. And then, if you want to, you can follow them, and if you can get in any room that may be open and toss the card out the window, then one of us can use it to get back in. Rinse and repeat.
I like the idea. I can get into almost any room, and my ghastly arm will come through the cloak.
True.
It doesn't matter the room. We
The
just
oth-
have to time it right.
The other thought I have, and I like where your head's at with that 1340, but is there only one in there?
I'll open the thing up and look.
Of the 1340s vintage, yeah, there's one bottle.
Because I'm thinking
That's
if
that good.
Is there anybody else at this event, or is it all about Mr.
Oh yeah, no, this is like there are some
Henry
big heavy hitters in
Leinhauser?
here.
But he's like the feature.
Yeah, he's the one
Headliner.
hosting this as the Minister of Domestic Procurement. He's showing off.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at all the treats and delights I can bring in. You know, maybe donate your money. Use it to grease some wheels here. Which is why all the better if you can get him to die on stage during his big speech of look at all the things I've brought in.
Right.
Are there crates in this thing, or is it just like a big old cart?
It's kind of like
Are there crates?
it's
that you can pick up
effectively
and crate?
like milk crates with
Okay.
wine bottles kind of delicately
What if
stuffed
we
in there.
pulled it in one crate at a time? That way, I can get you each in.
yes, and bring the badge out. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
This was my other idea. What if you take that 1340 and another bottle in there, irrelevant, swap the labels, but put it on in a way that it looks like it's been done,
Okay.
and then give one the 1340 with the false label to the Viscount poison, have the original one where the label came from in Sergeant McDougal's room, as if it shows that he was the one to swap the label to poison him.
But you're saying you're gonna intentionally make it look as if it's been sold. Why would the?
Because we want that to be a clue.
I know, but why would Leinhauser then drink the wine?
Well, if
If he thinks it's the fancy wine,
if
he would
Hoyt
drink
can
it.
get there and pour him a bottle, and then he drinks it from the cup, and then you just leave the bottle in the room.
Right. Okay.
I could potentially even ask a servant or employee where each of their rooms are, that we have special bottles of wine to deliver them,
Yeah,
and see if I can get room numbers.
that's what I was thinking.
I could do that. It's the Grumble Grape Winery Special.
Why not us? We deliver by hand. We'll pour it. Give us a chance.
One hand, literally.
Why not me? Why not? Oh no!
How do we feel about this?
Pretty grumbly. Little grape.
Do you want to run through it again?
Yes.
Okay. So as it stands, current plan: Hoyt takes one crate of wine up to the service entrance.
Okay.
He takes it in. He takes the 2 bottles, the 1340 and another one, presents
Swaps.
it to the front desk or some sort of concierge, and says, hey, these with cards on them, we can write them like, hey, for Viscount, congratulations, whatever. For Sergeant McDougal, thanks for staying at our establishment.
Try some of the best.
Yeah.
Try the
And
wine.
just say, like,
why not?
hey, these are for the guests. And leave them there. We will keep an eye on those to follow their movement so we
Okay.
can determine what rooms they
rooms?
are in.
Okay.
In the meantime, find an open window to toss out the card so
Okay.
that one of us can take the next crate in.
Okay.
Whoever that is, do you want that to be you or me? Do you want to go in second or third?
I will go in second.
Okay, you will go in. You will take the second crate, just drop it off with F and B, and move up and toss the key out again, and I'll bring the third one in. I don't think we care about the wine after that. We can just drop it off for the party's use.
Right. Yes.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Then we will keep an eye from the inside on where those bottles go, ensure that what needs to happen takes place, and we'll be
do you
good to
mean?
go.
And we're pre-poisoning this wine, right?
Pre-poisoning, yes. PhD will inject the poison through the cork so that it is good to go.
And we're going to tear the labels off and switch them off now.
Yes,
All right.
yes. We'll pre-prep those special bottles.
And I'll kind of
I
like
s-
pull out like a match and start kind of heating up the sides of it to not burn it, so we could peel the sticker off.
Okay.
Nice.
I would like a. I feel like we should have a contingency.
Okay.
You should. What's a poison you have? What's something you have that we can, if for whatever reason the wine is not drunk.
Oh, how would we poison him after
Yes.
the fact?
Yes.
Well, we'll know what room he's in.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would like to do is keep an eye on him in his room, and then see if we can gain any other intel as far as maybe what he's eating, so we can intercept it before it is delivered to him.
So are you saying whatever poisons you have, we require him to ingest it?
Yeah, if push comes to shove, I can try to inject something directly. Obviously, the
Yeah.
visibility to that is...
Not the
It's
best.
hard to frame Sergeant McDougal.
He's
when
up on stage. Is that a beach ball mosquito? Who could have done this?
Yeah,
Must have been the
hopefully-
wind.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, give me a cursory for swapping the labels. I love the heating up, so I'm going to give you a free mastery on it. Give me a trickery to swap the wine labels in a way to make it look like they've
got
been
mastery.
swapped,
Yeah,
but
got
not
mastery, too.
super obvious.
Yes.
Oh, you want me to do it?
So we
I'll
want
go
I've
to...
got
mastery.
8 mastery with a +8 on the mastery die, or the AD, or
I
D8.
do not have
Because I'll
trickery.
throw out for you as well, it's extremely unlikely that the Viscount would ever even see what bottle of wine he's drinking out of.
Yeah.
So you're clear on that front. It's very rare that someone would pour the wine for him at whatever he's doing. They would just bring him a new glass. Just keep going. So,
Okay.
but just to get it through the doors
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have it pass for now, but be discovered later.
Yes. Yes.
So, target number 16. I believe in you.
19 plus 4
Okay.
plus 5 is 28.
28. Okay.
Hoyt's
So-
done it.
Hoyt, while you're discussing, like, so I think maybe you take out a tiny little match. You just, I think what we'll do is we'll swap the labels on here, and you get it like perfect, and then that 1340, you just leave like the tiniest bit of the corner, like ruffled. So there's just like a little air pocket in there, so that someone looking would go, "Wait a minute, this isn't 1340's vintage. This is Grumblegape Swill."
Can I ask, do you think on this contract we can frame Sergeant McDougal quite easily if he is also gone Do we need to keep him alive and have him be framed?
No.
Okay.
Could kill him. We could poison both bottles.
I'm a little concerned
But if you
about.
poison both bottles, then it looks like somebody else did it.
Yeah, I was thinking more like we make it look more obvious in his room and then write a note like I shouldn't have done that, but I was being blackmailed or
Should have
something.
done that.
You know what I mean?
Blind with rage.
Yeah. Well, no, leave a note that's like, "Hey, I was being blackmailed and I had to do this and I regret it and now I've ended my life."
That's
Drinking the
potential.
poison myself.
There's a
too.
lover-
I think
Quarrel.
that is something that we could do. Once these bottles get brought up and we can follow them to the rooms and get a chance to access, we might get some more helpful information.
Yeah. So do we want to try to poison both? My only concern is his hench boys. I don't want him to be like
Hench boys.
them to report like, no, he was super happy and then he drank that wine and foamed at the mouth.
What a great night I'm having.
I mean, who's to say?
If anything happens
How do
to
you
me, no, it was in bad faith.
What if Sergeant McDougal is sober? and
If I
doesn't?
drown in my swimming pool tonight,
Imbibe.
no, I didn't.
What if his goons drink it?
Well, that would be awful. But that's why I'm trying to think. Like, we can try to get in there and just shoot him, or we could put something in the
You.
wine,
I think it would be.
put him to sleep, and then take him out in his sleep,
Yeah, that's good.
and then make it look like
That's
he
better.
did it.
Yeah. Yes.
And then if the hench boys drink it, they just fall asleep, and they're unaware of what happened.
Okay. Do we know in what capacity Sergeant McDougal is here? Is he like security? Is he just a guest?
He appears to be like an honored guest.
Okay.
In the sense that like they recognized him on site, he got to bring in his entourage just through the side entrance.
Because I'm thinking if we do that, I think that's the better way to go. Knock him out. We have time to look around in there, figure out a good explanation. You know.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can get in there. How well known are we as doctors, as sticks and stones?
You
think
tell
just,
me.
like-
You guys are from Leverow, which is pretty far away.
Okay, so not. Really.
I feel like it would kind of be like
Go ahead. Sorry.
like oh gosh, what am I trying to think of? Like Red Cross. Like we're always moving around. Like it's
Yeah.
where there's not like a place where we are all the time.
I would say if you were to show up in a medical capacity in response to an emergency, say someone collapses on a stage,
Yeah.
most people would just probably accept it. Go,
That's
oh, there's a doctor here.
Exactly why
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking
If
even
you
if
play
we
it
don't-
off well
if we
enough.
don't poison him and we just put him to sleep,
Yeah.
and then I go up and I'm like, he's gone, and then
Yeah.
I fake like swab his mouth with like a Q-tip, and be like, someone poisoned his wine,
yeah.
and then they believe it, but then I just give him.
I'll
Try to give him the antidote, but it may be too late, and it's actually
Yeah,
the-
I'll
The
throw
finishing
mechanically. You would have a very high bonus to it, but I mean there would be some rolls. But
Yeah.
kind of like that plan.
but I
And
mean,
I have a medical cloak.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's the best.
you guys, I'm telling you, you
Cloak
could
for
go
every
full
occasion.
hitman and like flip your clothes inside out, and there's a doctor gear. You just load him onto a gurney. You're like, we'll get him to a hospital. And you
Yeah.
just dunk him in the river. And then high five, walk up into the sunset.
The last time Sergeant McDougal was seen, he was getting into a weird tooth caravan.
Yeah, he had an emergency dentist appointment, and we never found him. We should look into that maybe.
Oh god. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so far we've swapped the labels of the wine bottles.
Yeah.
Do we want to put a note on there that's for when we give it to him? It would say already, "Hey, this is for Viscount Heinrich, etc. Congrats on your night from Sergeant McDougal." Or do we want to not be that obvious?
That seems a bit.
It's a bit gauche.
Yeah, that seems a bit
Because
heavy,
How about just, like,
Because
his
heavy-handed.
initials?
if they
Just
take
his
it back,
initials.
if they take it back and go
I
to the
think-
Grumble Grape Winery, and they're like, no, Sergeant McDougal, McDougal never ordered this wine. This was ordered by the hotel itself. Then it just creates a big old can of worms.
Yeah,
Which
but that's
might be
what
where
the swapping of labels makes it more suspicious. Like
Yes.
he intercepted it and did it.
It's true.
And
It's
when he's
true.
unconscious, we could put his fingerprints. Well,
Well,
not
this is
fingerprints.
they're not
This is-
fingerprint
never
people.
mind.
Yeah,
are
they,
they?
Well, what I think
That's
if,
a little.
once we're in
that's
the
a little
room,
advanced.
once we're in
Never mind. Never mind.
Forensic analysis
I'm
came up
thinking in
like
the
30
future.
years ago.
my idea is
Future.
if he's knocked out and we're in his
CSI.
room finishing McDougal off,
Doing the job.
we take the label off the 1340 entirely and leave it in there with no label. So it's like this is where it came from.
Or a piece of it.
Just to get, but the bottle will be there. The original bottle that he poured it out of will be there with no label that it was removed. This is just to get it in and have it look normal, and then
Yeah.
once we're dressing up the scene, we'll make it look a little
Okay,
more obvious.
I think a note with just initials is good because you can't then say, well, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
But then there's the implication there.
That it could have
It
been.
could have been him.
It's just
in
one
addition,
more breadcrumb.
Yes, yes. So just the initials with a note.
I like it.
Okay. I'll throw out for you again. There's literally a calligraphy shop next door.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. The one thing we have not discussed in our plan in any capacity is the safe.
That is in Heinrich. Well, I feel.
Well, if we trick them into thinking we're doctors, we can probably swipe the key off of him.
If it's on him.
If it's
we
on
don't
him.
know anything
And
about
if it's
it.
not on him, I can run up to his room and check it.
Yeah, and at least we'll know where his room is. So, how about if I'll play doctor in order to administer the actual poison once the
Yeah.
mayhem begins.
We'll go in as the wine.
Yes, but
You'll
then
come-
hang
You have
out
to- you still have
during
to bring
the
a crate.
dinner to try to find his safe and maybe the key in his room. And if it's on his person, I'll find it after I've administered it. And then in the chaos, I'll come back up to you. Or I'll hand it off to one of you. And then you guys can open the safe in his room. But you guys get the dinner and the speech and the chaos time trying to find the safe.
Okay.
The two of you. Because I don't need another person down where I'm at. I just have to wait for him to pass out and then do my thing.
That works for me.
Okay.
I'm
What-
sorry, one more time. I was thinking about a lot of stuff as you said that. I was following up to it
Okay. From the top.
from the top.
Hoyd has expertly swapped
Yes.
these labels.
Yes.
We are going to put some sedative in both of these wines. So
Okay,
both
sedative.
McDougal and Heinrich will eventually just
Collapse.
yes. It's intended over time. I'll probably try to slip some more on his food. Because we don't want it to happen now. It's got to happen during his speech. That's the hard part.
However, I mean, if you only make him pass out and you're still the doctor for Heinrich,
Mhm.
are you saying then that you would, in your treatment of him in that moment,
I'm gonna
would
fake some tests and tell the general audience that someone poisoned his wine.
okay.
Then I'll rummage through for a minute to try to find an antidote, but during that rummaging time, being like, it might be too late. I need to act fast. Like I may not have done this quick enough. Let's try this antidote, and then when it doesn't work, be like, dang it, we were too late. At which point, you guys will have already been up there trying to find his safe, finishing off McDougal and setting his scene, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah.
Okay.
I do see this shop next door if you want to write a note as McDougal, or if we think that's too much, or we can make the cards at least for the wine.
I think the cards for the wine, the initials.
Remember to take the one that we
Yeah.
give to McDougal afterwards, because that would be evidence that he didn't do it.
All right, let's go to the calligraphy shop real quick.
Okay.
Make these cards.
The calligraphist. Okay. It's an easy enough task if you want them to just write a vague note. There's so many noblemen here right now. It's so many individuals just getting stuff done for them. If you were to walk in and say, I need a note saying to X from Y, enjoy the gift.
Yeah.
They're cranking these things out by the hundreds
Yeah.
right now. They're making a killing right now.
Yeah.
Unlike you guys who are killing a maker. A mover and shaker.
And we've poisoned the bottles now with the sleeping potion, right? We're done with that.
Yeah.
PhD
Do
will
we need to roll
inject.
for that?
So here's what I would like for you to do is because PhD, all of your poisons, your venom, is all based on your vitality. I would love for you to roll for me a roll of your condition die. And I have that if you
Yeah.
need it.
Please.
So let me, real quick. So roll of your condition die. So brief recap for you. You're gonna
Okay.
go to the calligrapher. You're gonna get notes. You don't have to know the exactsies, but where are the notes going? Who are they going to? Roughly, what do they say?
I think just really generic. Like, congratulations. Big night.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
And you want to send that to the Viscount. Okay.
With the initials of McDougal.
Okay. So you'll have to. Oh, this will be a little thorn in the plan. You only know McDougal's last name.
Oh, we do?
Sergeant McDougal was mentioned exactly as that in your sort of
Okay.
please kill this
So
person.
how about this? Make it a little risque. Yours truly, M.
MD.
MD.
Dr. Death.
I'm good with the M.
MD?
M? Okay.
No M.
M?
Oh,
You
just
can
MD.
even make it
Just M.
more. Love you always, M.
McDee's. McDee's.
Had a great night. M.
Or have a great night, M.
Mm.
Winky face.
I look
Also,
forward to
had a
our
great night.
Eggplant
partnership.
emoji.
Tilda. Skunk ape vibes. Okay. So we're going to send a message to the Viscount in the form of a sort of congratulatory missive.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
poisoning the wines.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So you're poisoning the wines, and the goal is to make them go to sleep. So we're going to roll our d6 and edge of vitality.
Okay.
10 minus that number is the number of minutes it will take for the poison to
Also, I want
kick
a
in.
low number.
No. You want it unless you want it to happen later.
I want it to be
But-
longer acting.
Yeah. How'd you do?
I rolled a 2.
'Kay.
My vitality's a 3.
So
that
5.
is 5.
So it'll take 5 minutes for the poison to fully sink in if he
Yes.
takes a full dose.
Yeah.
So he'll need a full dose of the.
What's a full dose?
You'll effectively
Inadequate
need him
amount.
to.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. I'll say
much
with
do you
that,
drink?
like you do have a.
Joel doesn't know.
You have a modicum
Lincoln
of
knows.
control, but you can basically tell me like how many sips do you
It's
think
like-
he needs to take?
I'm diluting it like 4-1 or whatever. I would know what to do.
Yeah. So
I personally, as
Yeah.
a player, do not know.
So this is me asking, how much are you gambling that he will need to drink of it?
Yeah. Like a glass.
Are you looking like
Let's do
one
one
sip
glass.
and he's done? Because that might happen too soon.
No. I think.
Or do you want it to
think
take like?
I-
glass is reasonable.
I think he. Yes, I'm thinking one glass
'Kay.
because he doesn't want to get drunk. He
Right.
just wants a little liquid
Take the edge
courage
off.
Yes.
before his big speech.
Yeah.
Yes.
If someone were to say walk up and say, "Hey, good luck out there," knock him dead.
Yeah. Yes. Not me, but someone.
Yeah.
Someone
Hey, was that the
someone
doctor
less
that said
subtle
knock
than
him
I.
dead?
And weren't you implying? You said like 7 puns that said he was going to be killed. I would never do that. I'm sworn to do no
just
harm.
work here.
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
That is. I can't
I'm a
answer that
pharmacist.
question. That's doctor
HIPAA.
patient confidentiality.
HIPAA
My name is
violation.
Dr. Patient, and I'm very confidential. Okay, so your goal is to get him to drink, ideally, a glass of wine with this poison held within.
Yes.
5 minutes from him completing the glass of wine,
He will fall asleep.
he will fall asleep
Okay.
pass out.
and appear entirely catatonic.
Yes.
So it will be up to you to get there first.
Yes.
Imagine they're like, oh, we're giving this in honor of our new
I think
Surgeon General.
it'll be relatively easy.
Oh no.
We could bring in
Oh, no.
just a small, like a suitcase, or are you wearing like a reversible cloak, like Lloyd?
Huh?
For disguises. Sorry, I didn't finish that thought before.
Bring some
Yeah,
sort of
I'm just
suitcase.
going in as a doctor.
Are you reversible?
Okay.
Oh wait, I thought you were bringing in a
Yeah,
crate
that's what I
of,
thought. How to get in initially.
Yeah, I mean, I just have like a trench coat on right now, but
Okay.
beyond that, I look like a doctor.
Okay.
They're just looking at the badge in the crate. I don't think they care what I look like.
Yeah. I think the thing I should tell you is as long as you look roughly in line with what you're bringing in, you're in the clear.
They're fine. Okay.
So, you know, servants don't necessarily, they're not ritzy, they're not super bougie. They look nice because they are representing the person
Yeah.
that they came
I'll
with.
give him my fakest smile.
Can't get in.
Your best bedside manner.
Yeah. I'll throw for you that they're really
You're not
not
gonna
like
make it.
looking super closely.
Mhm.
But probably best you don't show up with like a logo of another company if you're gonna try to walk in with Grumble Grape Wines.
Yeah.
And you're like, sticks and stones, huh? And then you'd be like, I'm gonna break your bones. And then it's
Yeah, that is what
big.
we say.
Yeah.
Right before.
Just go, sticks and stones. And they go, no, my bones! That's what they whisper in the
I have a
dark of
poison
night.
for that. Melt all your bones.
It's the Gilderoy Lockhart poison.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Harry. I'll fix your arm. You made this way worse. Now I have to regrow a bone. This is way more painful. You suck.
Well, I'm gonna bring a change of clothes.
Okay.
I will
A different
reverse
wig.
my cloak to the fancy cloak
'Kay.
again before I bring in this crate.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
So
be
I'm
waiting
looking a little
for
bit
you.
more regal.
Where are you dropping it, Lloyd?
What was the flat building?
The bookstore.
Flat building's on the left-hand side by the
Bookstore.
bookstore.
So I'm gonna go to a room on the left-hand
Left side.
side, and I'm gonna toss it over to the top of that building. Everybody can scale that pretty easily, right? On that side.
I can't.
Scaling it wouldn't be the issue.
I
It would
can't,
more
but-
be not being seen.
PhD can.
But you would have to
snag
leap
it.
over the fence.
No, he's
Well, no.
Throwing the
I'm throwing
the
the-
Oh, you're just
ID.
throwing
yeah,
the card.
yeah.
Throwing the card over
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of the book keep,
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
dump, whatever it is.
The book dump.
The book.
Yeah.
Book dump. Welcome to the book
So
dump.
you guys can hide on the building up there. I'll get you the key card
Yeah.
over there. You guys can
PhD
slide
will grab
down.
before me.
Yeah, getting up
good.
there, not an issue. Getting up there without being seen, maybe. But, yeah, PhD, you could just go,
Yeah. We're good.
hey, that hazmat has a service badge. It's my seeing eye hazmat.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Pud could probably get it too.
And
Put-
everybody
You
everybody
ableist.
has to have a service badge. Like you can't go in as a group, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All four of the service boys all
All
had
got
them.
a badge. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Whether you want to try to acquire multiple,
Mhm.
it's up to you. But I'll say we're pushing 3 p.m. so far. If you want to try to make your jump in,
Yeah.
you have your notes acquired. Poison has been applied to the wine. And yeah, you've got the calligraphy notes ready to rock and roll. So Hoyd, you're making the first entrance through the service door.
Yes, I am.
Okay, with the Grumble Grape wine cart. Okay, as you cart your way through the gates, at a few points, several guards will kind of hold a hand up to you, flash the badge, kind of keep your head down. You get a nod. On occasion, you get a head on down, but they don't seem to look too closely at you. You just
Beautiful.
then you get to that service entrance. They'll look at you, kind of up and down, inspect the cart very briefly, see a couple bottles of wine. And they go, head on in. It's the second kitchen service entrance, third door on the right. And they'll kind of knock twice on the door very rhythmically. Then a little slot opens, sees the badge, and the door will swing open for you as you're able to enter. Hoyd is in.
I will go and drop off the wine where he says, and I will grab those 2 bottles and look for a front desk
Okay.
where I can have them deliver to
Yeah.
said.
So on any sort of basement floor space for you, there are doors every 10, 15 feet. You've got this big service corridor, and people are coming and going. Left, right, and center. There's like aprons and chef coats and all kinds of things all around. There are a few guards here and there, but they seem very relaxed. You're already inside. They're more making sure that nobody's doing anything obviously shifty on the inside. But as you pick up 2 bottles of wine out of the cart, dropping the rest in the kitchen, someone immediately kind of inspects them and then wheels them off towards the pantry. But you're able to just grab those 2 bottles of wine and the note and start making your way towards an sort of up-leading staircase. One of the guards will kind of hold a hand out to you, go, hold on, where are you going? You guys don't get to go up.
These 2 are very special bottles for our special guests. And I was asked to take these to the front desk to get them delivered to their room personally.
Asked by whom?
By Grumble Grape Winery. They want to make sure that our special guests...
Give me trickery. With
You can
mastery.
do it. Hold on.
I'll give you a mastery on it because you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
So you could also do influence if you want.
You're doing the right
I mean, I've got mastery on both of
I'll
them.
give
They're
you
both
mastery
+5,
because
so.
you're lying.
I'll do it, but like you are, it's a lot easier to tell the truth than it is to lie to
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
25.
18.
Oh.
So still good. He hesitates
Why would you
for
make
a
that
second.
noise, Drew? You made it
'Cause
sound
I-
like it was worse.
Because I rolled really well. I was like, and I was still reacting to my roll when your roll was announced. So, not wanting to be the guard that causes some nobleman to not get their bottles of wine.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of hesitates for a second, just goes,
You don't want to be that idiot.
yeah, all right, come with me. And he'll sort of lead you up the sort of dark, narrow staircase. And he will rap twice on the door in a similar fashion. You're starting to notice a theme amongst these guards as the door will swing open into a very, very fancy, like, parquet-floored foyer. So there are very, very finely dressed nobles everywhere. And not a single one of them even thinks to look at you or the guard that you're walking with. They more walk, and the guard kind of like holds his hand out to make sure you don't just get bowled over as they walk you over to the concierge desks. And he'll motion to the fella behind the counter. We've got a special delivery from where'd you say it's from?
Grumble Grape Winery.
Grumble Grape Winery, and they kind of flick through and they go, okay, all right. They're looking through a little file folder. Oh yeah, Grumble Grape Winery. Okay, yeah, it looks like you are a little early. You are meant to deliver to the Carfiels on floor 3. Perfect. We'll go ahead and get you a room number here. And they kind of dig through there. And the guard is like, just don't get in the way. And he'll
Gotcha.
kind of turn around and head back down.
And I'll just kind of, thanks.
Yeah. And he goes, yeah, sure. As the concierge behind the counter just goes, okay, that is floor 3, room 17B. And they'll kind of hand you a little card that just says, floor 3, room 17B. The Carfields are expecting their Grumble Grape Winery deliver. And you're the guy now. You're the man now, Doug. So, in this big parquet floor with hundreds of nobles flooding in, all dressed in incredible regalia, there are people walking around everywhere with trays of champagne and little wines and little cheeses, all kinds of little things. If you can imagine it as some kind of luxury, it's in this room. The minister is showing off. But you've been instructed, head to floor 3, but nobody seems to be keeping too close of an eye on you. You're in.
I will look back at the concierge real quick and go, you guys have a restroom anywhere?
The service one is going to be back down the stairs.
There's not one public up here?
Not for us.
Okay.
And he gives like a, sorry.
Your urine's too poor. For
We don't want the poor pissing in our piss pots. These are bougie piss pots. They're gilded.
I will look for the entrance to the little courtyard in the middle of the hotel to maybe take a peek at my blueprint under my coat.
Yeah. It's like scrawled on your hand, and you're
And
like,
I'm looking for
there's ink all over.
The
I'm
classic.
looking for the
Yeah.
2 largest rooms because
Okay.
that's where my assumption is. McDougal is there in the 2nd largest room, and Leinrich is in the 1st largest room.
Leinhauser.
Yeah. So as you stare towards the courtyard, you do see there are 2 very large like ice sculptures, both of Heinrich.
Nice.
Or Heinrich, yeah.
Yeah, dude's really he's got a bit of an ego, and this whole event is not going to help if he lives. But
So we
there's
gotta
also there is a live band sort of playing out there. You've got some nice soft orchestral music going, and there are a lot of the nobles out there seem to be talking business. Where everybody inside, they're just swapping stories. How was your travel? You know, it's so hard to find good servants these days, and your eyes roll out of your head.
They're always wanting to use my bathroom.
Yeah, they always want to piss where I do. It's gross. This is where I piss. No one else can piss here. It's ridiculous. There is a sort of regal suite.
I just feel like that's actual bougie small talk.
Yeah. Yeah, and this poor person wanted to piss where I piss. So I had him hung. Be like, oh yes, good job, sir. Well done. The audacity of the poor.
And then the next one tried to breathe my ear.
Rest assured, that's why we're going to be killing some of these people.
Has your butler ever tried to use your bathroom? Mean.
It's just completely unrelatable
Am I
Jerry
the asshole
Seinfeld.
here?
Noble Jerry Seinfeld. So I'm in my hotel room, and my butler says, "Can I piss in your piss pot?" I threw him out the window. The audacity, and everyone's like, "Yeah, so true, so true, King." Okay, to answer your question, though, yes, there is a very large regal suite that
Is-
it does not take long to determine is where the Viscount would be staying.
Okay.
McDougal, despite being a sort of honored guest, is still of relatively low military rank.
Loser.
The higher up you go in the hotel, the nicer the rooms get.
Okay.
And you were the person that's supposed to go to is 3, right? Well,
Yes.
Floor 3.
Well, so that's probably where the Viscount's room is, as well as on floor 3.
That'll be easy.
So what I'm gonna do
but
before I even
McDougal.
try to go into the Regal Suite is I am going to continue to carry those bottles of wine. I'm actually going to attach them to the inside of my cloak,
Okay.
little utility things to hold things. Normally, this is where my daggers would be. I have put my daggers behind my on my back,
He's
like
got
into like
two
your
dagger
your
sheaths,
trousers.
just the bottles of wine.
To kind of keep the bottles safe.
Okay.
I didn't want them on my back in case I bump into something.
Smart.
And
Back
I'm
of
going to
the
go up to
wall.
floor 3,
Okay.
but I am going to go to the left side of the hotel, and I am going to start knocking on doors. Not just every door. It's going to be very slow. Knowing where... who was I supposed to deliver to again?
The
Client.
Carfields.
Carfields. Knowing which room they're at, I'm not going to knock on their door, but I'm going to ask the people if they open the door up, are they the Carfels? I lost the room number.
Okay.
And if nobody answers, that's the room I go in and throw the little
Okay.
card out the window.
I dig it.
Roll a d4 for me.
D4 already. 3.
Oh, I predicted it. I'm a genius. I said I want to see a 3. So, picking a room at random, roughly in the vicinity of where you'd like to be, you give a rap tap tap on that door, and there is no answer. And this floor, for now, seems pretty quiet.
They're living it up.
Yeah.
I would like to also put my ear to the door
Yeah.
after no answer to make sure I don't hear, any funny business going on in there because it is a hotel.
I'll resist the urge. Yeah, you have managed to find the empty room.
Okay.
On floor 3.
And I will
25% chance he nailed it.
I will use my ghastly arm
Mhm.
and I will stick it
Reach on
through
in.
and unlock the door.
Okay.
and
Nice.
enter
Yeah.
in.
For a lock like this, easy enough. You reach through, twist the little latch, hand comes out, door swings open. It's an extremely nice suite that, as of now, has a bag in the corner, but no lights are illuminated, no candles lit, nothing like that. Seems like their bags were brought up here and then they headed elsewhere. But you do have a very lovely view of the book repository from here. Not the nicest view in the hotel, but you are, a little over 30 feet up in the air, so you'd be throwing about 20 feet down to reach that roof. Be a heck of a throw. It's going to be like Now You See Me Too, where they're like, well, they're being
cards.
searched and frisked, and they're throwing cards behind their back because they're literal wizards. Sorry, I have an axe to grind with that movie. And not the time nor the place. But yeah, you find yourself in this room. It's very darkly lit.
I'm gonna quickly write a little note on like a little piece of paper in the room that I find. Just
Yeah.
tear it off like one of those little booklets that almost always rooms have.
Comment card.
Yeah. And
I've
I'm
got
gonna
a
write
comment.
down extremely well guarded service entrance.
Okay.
Be careful. And I will fold it around the badge. Make sure it's not gonna come off. And I'm gonna throw the badge right onto that building top.
Okay. This would be trickery-esque. We're folding something up. We're trying to be very dexterous, and then we're going to toss something. So trickery-esque.
That's grabbing
We're looking for
it.
higher than a 10.
It was a 9, 4, 13, 18.
Okay. So we'll our point of view will follow the card as it flies on its trajectory down to the rooftop of the book repository. Where are the two of you positioned at this time?
I'll be in the bookshop browsing,
Yeah.
pretending like I'm browsing, and then I'm assuming you have Hazmat at the roof.
Yeah.
Ready to just
You'll see
meet
a plump mosquito.
me. I'll just grab a...
That's a heck of an eyesight to see him go.
You just lift his plump little leg. Just
I'm pretending to peruse, and then I'll walk out and just have Hazmat drop it in the
imagine
bag.
the bookkeeper's like, oh yeah, sure, just walk around, look on book time, not buy anything, and you're like,
I will buy something.
you just shoot him through like 3 books. Here's a silencer for you. Okay, so you head on out. Hazmat on the roof, ready to acquire the little note. And they fly down into the alley to the side.
Just have him drop it in the book bag. Thanks, Hazmat.
We'll
Kind
read-
of bumps into the wall a couple times. They're a little clumsy in flight.
We'll read the note.
Yeah.
This is going to complicate things. So we'll have to
Sorry.
be careful. This will complicate things. We'll have to be careful. I'm not sure how I'll get up to the
The
normal
level
level.
of security.
Yeah,
You may have to go in as
a
a
doctor.
servant. What?
I'll
Under-
go in with a badge, but say I'm a doctor instead of a wine delivery boy.
Right, but your badge would have to say from where.
The badge doesn't say on there anything. It just says service badge.
Oh, I thought it said
There are-
service badge.
so there are badges
Grumpy
of
Grumbles.
there's
wine.
badges of different colors.
Yeah.
That state like effectively like I'm a vendor showing up to drop something off. I am an assistant or a servant of one of the guests, or
Yeah,
I work for the hotel.
Can you get a name of somebody, a guest
Yeah,
that's
I'll
not
get in
one of
there.
the big people?
Yeah.
Because then I can say that they called me for a house
personal
call.
physician.
They're bedridden and I need
I
to
have that
service
name
them.
already, but so
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
give her the name because we're gonna meet up probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm heading in then.
Okay. As you're walking along from the book repository, headed out, you'll hear a sort of noble screech as Hazmat just kind of just flies around to be a little less conspicuous and disappears. And this noble will let out an incredibly shrill "Ah!" and then will collapse. And it's a very well-dressed, like 30-something-year-old man who's just terrified of mosquitoes.
Can I? I'm
That
gonna
are-
go.
The size of his head.
I'll
To
pull
be
an
fair,
audible.
I would be
Let's-
too.
let's go. I'm gonna go look. Do they have an
Invite.
invite? Do they have?
So there's, they shriek in an alleyway. You've got a couple seconds if you want to do a quick once over, or if you want to try to move them.
Yeah, I want to
Let's move them. Yeah.
Okay. You pick them
Into our
up,
cart.
pick them up, dust
Yeah.
them off, and just toss them in the tooth cart.
Yeah. Yeah.
100
Get in
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'll still be
Yes.
You're
in
laughing, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay, you throw them in
Okay.
the tooth cart.
Yes.
Okay. A couple people kind of look down the alley but see nothing. So you very swiftly just
Okay.
I didn't throw a man in my tooth cart. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even own this tooth cart. It's not mine. So you lob this person in there. You do find an invite on there. And rather conveniently, based on your descriptions, Shapiso, you are roughly the same size as this person.
Oh, okay.
They're wearing a very fancy, like almost velvet green suit with some pretty nice little loafers.
Well, I think I found my way in.
Oh, you're taking this?
Yeah, that's my size. You can't fit into that.
I wouldn't change my clothes. I would just
Lincoln.
take the invite.
No, you have to dress the part.
All right. You're the leader.
Roll me. Tia, you haven't gotten to do any of these yet. Take
Yeah.
your D100
My D100.
and roll for me.
yes.
The D100, and we want a 41 or above for if it has a +1 on it or not on the invite.
Oh. So these
41 and above, and it does. Yep.
Two? Okay. $43.
Woo! Okay.
Sup, Lincoln? You're coming in.
Like,
You're
I'm
my
bringing-
plus
I'm
one.
bringing in Pud.
I'm bringing in hazmat. I'm gonna make more of these rich people faint.
Make sure you guys take the service badge.
So,
Yeah.
so your invite says,
This trash?
We don't need this anymore.
I'm
Hoyt.
high society now.
Good luck in there.
"We're rich and bougie, nothing can stop us. Screw the mission. I'm stealing their life. I don't need to kill you to get everything you have.
Hoyt
I
and
just need your
Lincoln's new
name."
target is Shapiso.
Traitor! No, you don't understand. So you have acquired the identity, at least temporarily, of Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan.
Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan.
You got a
Yes.
wig for that? Maybe a mustache?
What was the name of the people that I was supposed to deliver to?
The Carefields.
Curfew. Okay, I was
There's
like,
going to
is
be a
that
lot of
close?
there's
Okay.
gonna be a lot of
Carefield.
similar
sorry.
sounding names. They're all Gaelic and German surnames.
So
here.
Marley Glasgow.
Margrave
Mar-
Laszlo Kerrigan.
Margrave.
Margrave being the title.
Yeah.
Laszlo Kerrigan.
Laszlo Kerrigan.
And because you're lucky, and an unmentioned +1. So the end below is going to be
Well,
specific
how
+1,
about
which
this?
would cause problems.
Lincoln, you are coming in as my +1, as my personal physician,
Yes.
as I am a little under the weather but didn't want to miss the event.
How about you just have food sensitivities, and I'm here for
You
your
have
safety.
hemorrhoids.
You want to look at my butt?
Have hemorrhoids.
I have them.
You know what? I'm not ashamed. Everyone, look at me. I'm not ashamed anymore.
Margrave Glasgow Kerrigan.
That's not his name.
Hemorrhoids.
He's not a Scottish city or an Irish city.
That's what's
Sorry.
written on her page.
Laszlo, not Glasgow. Glasgow, I'm fairly certain, is in Ireland.
Okay. Margaret.
Laszlo. You added two.
Laszlo.
You added two G's.
It is in Scotland. I was right the first time.
When you say it fast and everyone's talking, I
Margrave,
can't.
Have you ever
Glasgow,
misspelled a word?
Scotland.
By accidentally adding a G to it. How about two?
Glasgow. Laszlo Kerrigan.
Laszlo Kerrigan.
And your
All
+1.
+1's my physician.
Lincoln.
Yes, and your physician. You're going
And
to
your
use
name?
real name?
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna save the day, or at least help. We're gonna build up notoriety for our Okay, fine. Give me a fake name.
Glasgow.
I'm Laszlo.
I just don't
This is
want
Laszlo.
any potential ties
Okay, that's fine.
to the situation
This
here.
is Jupiter ascended. He's
Yeah.
my son.
I just thought it'd be nice to have like an ironclad alibi. Like we were there and tried to help and helped you find the culprit. Just saying we're awesome.
I understand that, but I don't know what Miss Margrave actually does for her doctor situation.
Yeah, I don't care about
The
Margrave.
for what it's worth, Laszlo Kerrigan is a he. He's a Margrave Kerrigan. So you'll have to do a little bit.
Okay.
But
That's fine.
He's of slighter stature.
That's fine.
But otherwise, as long as they don't know Laszlo by face, you're in.
I'm in.
Okay, we'll do it up.
Okay.
Okay, so you've acquired Laszlo Kerrigan's identity through the sheer virtue of traveling around with a 3-foot wide mosquito is sort of unsettling. As PhD's like, all according to plan.
Yeah, apparently PhD.
All
really had this in
according
the
to
bag.
Keikaku, which means plan. Okay, so
All right.
and as you guys head back towards the front of house, Hoyd, you'll see them kind of in this very bizarre, serendipitous moment of a nobleman passing out completely on sight from seeing a mosquito. You're back up in that room. Still up there. You've tossed the badge out. They've acquired it. Chapizo does a quick costume change, and they head out. They head out from there. Where to?
Do I get anything? It's like a +1 that's like a badge. Like if I'm walking around and someone questions
You will
me.
need to be near Laszlo
Got it.
as a +1.
That's
but as
right.
an honored guest, you just need to sort of be in their shadow.
That's
Okay,
right.
so I'll probably need the service badge for a bit.
It wouldn't be a bad idea to have both, but if you're sort of caught as the +1 with the service badge.
If you're with Hoyd, you can pretend Hoyd's your +1. That's easy.
Yeah, that's
But if I'm off trying to save him and you're not near me, I'd rather have the service badge
Hoyd's out here.
rather than nothing.
Dominic the Coco.
Buongiorno.
Lincoln speaks the most Italian. I don't speak any, like I said. No. Okay.
That's what's happening.
So, the doors open at 4:30. We're hitting crunch time.
Yep.
I'll say it's about 4:15. You finally acquired your getup. Hoyd, you're on the 3rd floor. Got about 15 minutes till doors open, and people are going to start asking questions if you're unattended up here. Where to?
Gotta find out where McDougal is, but I think I feel like I can
We just gotta follow the gift.
Get that information. What gift?
We dropped off gift bottles to
We haven't
be
we
delivered
haven't,
to the...
we haven't dropped them off. They
Oh.
told me to go drop them off, and they
To-
told me to
To the
McGuffins.
McGuffins.
Is that
The
what it is?
Carefields.
A Carefield.
The Carefield, not the MacGuffin. That's what you're trying to
A
steal.
MacGuffin is like a movie plot thing.
Yeah, MacGuffin is the thing you have to get to do the thing.
We're trying to deliver it to Red Herring.
Yeah.
And
Please deliver it to Red Herring. What am I delivering? The MacGuffin. Come on, keep up.
Well,
I-
I will make my way to the Viscount's room,
Okay.
but I'm going to go pretty slow
Yeah.
because I'm trying to
Just-
make sure that I'm with you guys.
yeah.
But I just want to see if anybody's there.
Yeah. So you head around the corridor. You'll see 2 very different looking armed guards.
Ooh.
Very heavy, like silver plate, stood there, eyes hidden by heavy helmets. Each one with a very long curved blade. And they are stood at like full military attention outside this very large sort of oak double door. So easy enough to assume you're looking at the sort of noble's suite. But as for getting in there, it's going to be pretty tricky with these 2 boys out front. But who knows? You guys are crafty.
I'm gonna say, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I come in here? No. Okay.
I have
Yeah.
this bottle of wine that I was told to deliver on behalf of. Is it McDougal? I'll kind of say it questioningly.
Mhm.
And I was wondering if you guys could give this to the. Is it Viscount? I'm not great with names. But I was told that this was the room.
They both stare like deadpan straight ahead. They don't break.
Do you mind if I go in?
They will
I'll
hold.
just set it. I'll just set it right down, and I will be right out of your guys' hair.
They both just kind of draw their swords and hold them across the doorway, crossing them as if to bar entry.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm saying it sarcastically at him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, where can I take this for the Viceroy?
They just point back down the hallway where you came from.
Well then, not wanting to start a fight, I just head
Yeah.
right back down the hallway.
Okay. These boys are serious business. As you take a few steps away, they'll take the swords up, spin them, put them back in the sheaths.
And I will look, is there any sort of side entrance for this room where servants and service people may be dropping stuff off?
Roll for me, D100. We're looking for a 34 or above.
43 again. Another 43. We've had
Okay.
two, 53s and two 43s.
Yeah. So you will see a slightly better dressed servant-style individual come running up to the door, kind of bow their head, and flash a gold badge.
Oh,
And
not, not high enough rank.
And
a
one of
servant.
the soldiers will open the door, and you do hear, in the brief moment that the door is open, expanding our imports will serve several crucial purposes. First, no, that doesn't sound good. We've gotta. What is it? And then the door will kind of shut behind them.
I am going to. Is there like a because I don't have any service badges anymore. I might be able to talk my way out of it.
Gotta get the gold card.
Or
Yeah.
just have that kid take it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a chair or like a bench around that area?
Not on that wall.
Uh-huh.
That wall seems pretty conspicuous. It's sort of all flat. The only room there is guarded. And then the corridors to the side are pretty normal. Bench seating, some plants, stuff like that. They don't really want you lingering near the noble suite. But everything else is fair game.
So I will step to the side, not right next to the door, but kind of in view of it so I can see it, see
Yeah.
who comes out. And I will wait until somebody with a gold badge comes out of that room.
Okay. About 3 minutes will go by. And that door will open very briefly again as the youth will kind of head back out there. And this time they'll head down the corridor past you. And you hear them kind of grumbling to themselves in the way that youths do when they have to deal with grumpy old people.
Like, what a jerk. I didn't even say thank you. Not even a tip. I gotta bring him up his stupid little cupcakes. He didn't even care.
And I'll say, hey. To
Hey.
I lost my badge, and I need to get this bottle of wine. I believe that's the Viceroy or Viscount's entrance.
Yeah. And he's
Can
in a mood.
can you maybe get this to him?
You want me to go back in there?
It's urgent. My badge was connected to my coin purse. I have nothing to tip you with, but once I find that, I can maybe give you a little bit of extra coin.
Give me influence with difficulty. I lost all my money. I can't.
Oh, I'd
tip
just be
you.
like, I'm gonna get in so much trouble with my boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how
Come
it
on,
is.
come on.
Influence.
Yeah, influence
Help me out,
with
bro.
difficulty.
So that's a D6 for
D6
difficulty.
minus.
Help me out, bro. Please.
You know how
One
shitty
homie
bosses
to
are.
another.
Please.
Come on, this guy sucks, man.
I
You
got
know.
It's a 13 total.
13 total.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't impossible. It was just difficult. But they go, oh man. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Whatever. And they'll take the bottle of wine and they're like, 1340s vintage. God, this guy's. Yeah, sure, whatever.
I was like, it's supposed to be really good. I don't know. I've had their regular stuff. It's all right.
Grumble Grape Winery with cupcake and go really well. And they'll run back towards the door, and the guards give him a little bit of a hard time, but then let him back in. Sure, like.
And I whisper to myself, I hope he doesn't drink it.
Yeah.
He'll just fall asleep.
For now.
And then I will start to head down. Now, would a servant hanging around on floor 2 or even floor 1 tip off anything?
Floor 1, not so much.
Okay.
That's pretty well open. A lot of the serving staff is going to be present on floors 2 and 3, but it's not uncommon to see some level of service on 1.
Okay. So I will drop down and try and look inconspicuous to floor 1. I'll not drop down, but go down the stairs.
Yeah.
That would be really obvious.
In the window, just
Break a leg going down.
Spider-Man your way down the outside of the
Oh.
building. Hey, I just saw a guy climb 2 floors down on the outside.
And I will wait for the rest of the crew to show up.
Okay. Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan.
Glasgow.
Yes!
Holding your invitation in your hands, kind of stretching the velvet suit
Yeah.
a little bit, just trying to get the right fit to it. Lincoln, are you going in full Dr. Regalia?
Yes.
You're Lloyd Bennington.
Okay. Funny of you to use my actual initials.
Don't forget the name. So Laszlo and Lloyd
Yeah.
approaching the front door.
Yes.
Okay. Righty. You'll see the doorman is sort of hunched over individual. They've got very large spectacles sliding down the brim of their nose. They've got a very long list of people that are allowed to come in, and they have a very small blue book. They go, please present your invitations. Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan.
I'm gonna get.
That's
I'm gonna
me?
stand in the
And
way. I'm.
Guest.
I'm
This
gonna-
is-
Nope. Shh. I'm gonna stand in between the two of them.
Don't shh me.
It's so hard to find good help these days, Margrave.
Tell me about it.
No, it's truly impossible. And they look at you and just go, Margrave Kerrigan. And they pull out the blue book. They were not described as having such delicate features, Margrave Kerrigan. Your describer did not do you justice. Please enjoy your stay. And he'll kind of go, and like hold a hand out.
Wait, what? Who's holding hand out?
The doorman.
Oh, okay. I'll take his hand.
No, no.
What are you doing? I'll give him a tip.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
I'm not a woman.
Go on. Kiss it. Kiss the ring. Okay. It's you managed to, you've got Grumble Grape and Stumblebum getting away into the building.
I was trying to intercept so that you wouldn't talk, so
Yeah.
I could be like your servant, because
Yes.
you're pretending to be a man, just to eliminate any suspicion. You're like, no,
Yes. You're like,
dude.
yes, that's me. You know how we
internally.
men are.
There's
Literally-
feminine men.
For sure, but
Don't.
I don't know if they know you, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to like. He's under the weather. Please let us through. I'm
His
the
hemorrhoids
physician.
really hurt today.
Yeah.
Oh!
I was gonna handle it.
Oh, my hemorrhoid!
And then Margrave Glasgow to come up and. Oh my word!
All right. So, after much ado, you managed to get your way into the hotel. As Laszlo and Lloyd
What? What are you laughing at?
lock eyes with Hoyd.
Like I go like for a tip, and you're like, this should do it.
Yes, you may touch the hand of nobility.
Just a cold, floppy hand.
You're welcome.
You're welcome for my presence.
Oh my word.
Okay.
Okay, so you're in. You're in the hotel.
Yes.
You're in.
We've
Doors
done
have officially opened. We're past the 4:30 mark.
Okay.
We'll say by the time you link up with Hoyd, we're pushing 5 p.m. and they begin to usher everyone towards the back of the hotel for dinner. They
Okay.
begin to funnel all of the honored guests and their plus ones.
Good evening, Hoyd. Have the bottles been delivered?
The first bottle's been delivered. Second bottle, I haven't been able to locate McDougal's room. Maybe it looks like you guys came in through the main entrance here. Also, can I have the service badge back?
No, I need it. You stick with Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan
Yeah.
here as a +1.
Okay, Margrave. Glaslow or Laszlo? I don't know. I might have misheard that. Laszlo.
Laszlo.
Let's go.
Uh,
Let's go.
With that glow up.
Margrave, let's go.
You guys locate the sergeant. I will wait in the courtyard for speech time
Okay.
and dinner.
Okay.
Don't forget about the safe.
All right,
Alright, I'm gonna go-
I'm gonna play your servant, I guess.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm gonna go to the I think the plan, I'm gonna go to the desk, get my room key, and then I'm gonna perhaps try to get the room number.
They're-
Just saying we're friends.
they're
and I'd like
gonna
to-
they're gonna know me, so because I've already come through.
Okay.
So, just tell them that you have a gift that your servant will deliver to
Yeah.
McDougal's
Yes. Yeah.
room,
Okay. Here we go.
or your +1.
Hello.
Yes.
It is me, Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan.
It is I. Full name and title.
You're welcome.
I'm here for my room.
Oh, my hemorrhoids. They're flaring. Here for your room. Very good. Kind of flickering through the file folder. Ah, yes, that'll be floor 2, room 3A.
Room 3A.
Should ask if it's next to Sergeant McDougal's room, as requested.
Is that next to Sergeant McDougal? I personally requested I be next to him.
Yes, of course. Let's see. Let's investigate. Oh, it looks as though the sergeant has declined to stay here this evening.
Bastard.
How are we supposed to cavort if he's not here?
We've got the note on the bottle, though.
Yeah. Okay. Hmm. Do you know where I can find him?
I believe he's preparing to address everyone in the dinner hall. He's been asked to make a speech sharing his tales from the front, you know. You know how they are.
Yes. Thank
he does
you.
spin quite a yarn.
All right. Well, thank you.
They are immediately taken aback that a nobleman would thank them. Like, oh. Just doing my duty, and they get all like excited and they're like, put in a good word for me. Maybe I could sleep inside.
Maybe I could piss in your pot.
No.
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, come on. I'm sorry. We're not living in the clown universe. There's no way I'm letting you piss where I piss. That's not allowed. I don't know where
Okay.
that became the through line of this, but here we are. Piss ties us all together in the end.
All right, and then I'm gonna just walk away.
Okay.
Go over to Hoyd. Well, there's been a snafu, a slight snafu. He's not staying here.
Great. Then we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to figure out. Is there like actively servants like walking around with wine, like pouring it, or is it like pre-glassed?
Both.
Both?
They have like those trays of champagne for the people in the foyer.
Uh-huh.
If you were to head to the dinner hall, it's much more a case of like a bottle of wine for the table.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to follow one of the servants that might be starting to head back to like where they would get like a fresh bottle of wine, and I'm gonna bump into them,
Okay.
and hopefully they drop some of their necessary things.
Okay.
And so like I would assume. So here's my assumption:
Yeah.
is they probably have like a towel
Right.
if they're pouring wine, because they kind of go like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get some of their garments that might be loose and fall off,
Okay.
and to take that with me and pour wine into McDougal's
Okay.
wine glass.
Here we go. Get them poured up.
Yep.
Okay. It's an easy enough thing to do. I'll say you could also just walk past any number of like little stations and just grab a towel.
Okay, then I'll
Lob
do
it over
that.
your
I'll do
arm.
that rather
Be
than
easy
make
too.
a mess.
Yeah.
and-
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you just kind of toss the towel over. So this will be an interesting.
And it's also gonna be really hard for me to get away with it because I have my ghastly arm.
This will be a little
Two.
bit of a sticky wicket. Is that Lincoln has seen Sergeant McDougal from behind and at a distance, but the two of you
Have not.
have not yet.
Seen.
All you know is he seems to be preparing to give some degree of speech.
Yeah.
Um,
Do we know the location?
he will be in the dining hall.
Yeah, the
Dining
dining
yes.
hall.
Okay.
So you'd be looking for someone in military regalia that seems perhaps to be preparing to speak.
Okay.
I did tell you about his 4 hench boys, though.
Yeah.
And do we see Lincoln anywhere like accessible to us that we could quickly ask him what he looks like, or are we just going to
That's up to
assume?
you.
Or what we can do is we can listen to a speech, and as he goes and sits down, I fill up his wine glass.
Yeah. I think that's probably less
Best bet.
intrusive. Yeah.
Now you are also trying to poison McDougal.
Wasn't that the plan? Are we trying to poison McDougal? Take him out?
Well,
We were
we're
gonna-
trying to knock him out.
Knock him out.
Not at the event, though.
Yeah.
But later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to get him to
Yeah.
conk out.
But if it's time delayed, then he could drink it there.
If he's a wine sipper, if he's like a person like me that drinks
Honestly, I would just tail him at this point.
iced
Yeah.
coffee, and I
Okay.
literally
So you
drink
just
the
want
whole
to
thing.
find him.
Yeah.
Yes, we just want to
Okay.
find him right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's not hard to ask any of the serving staff like who anybody might be. It's a lot harder to get close to them organically because everybody sort of came with their people.
Yeah.
So any newcomers to any circle would be met with a fair amount of suspicion, even if it is like, oh, can I get some wine? Like one of their servants would probably step in and do it.
So it's
But-
about passing off that bottle of wine to one of their servants. Okay.
If that's the goal.
Right.
If the goal is to get him to drink it eventually, who knows? I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll say it's easy enough for in the fullness of time to discover where our esteemed sergeant might be. He is currently sort of in a backstage holding space, and is just sat, kind of rocking a little bit back and forth. Seems to have a bum leg, and he's got one hand on a cane and the other one is holding a flask. He seems to be just kind of rocking back and forth, preparing to step up to the plate, so to speak. But as a round of aperitifs are delivered to a variety of tables and a bit of a hush begins to fall over the crowd, the Viscount will approach the stage. and sort of with a remarkably booming voice for one so sort of gaunt and frail seeming from the outside. Ladies and gentlemen of Dunhaven, ministers, barons, counts, margraves, and all those in between. Welcome to the Dunhaven Grand Hotel, and thank you all so much for coming. I have made a request of one of our esteemed and honored guests that they may speak and tell us of their days in the wars with the barbarians of the north. So if you would all please do me the honor of welcoming to the stage Sergeant MacDougal. And there's a little hush like, yay, yay, yay.
And I'll be keeping an eye out for his servants to station.
Clap for me, Hoyd. No.
Just clapping your hands.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yay. The sergeant takes a moment to gather his thoughts behind the stage as the Viscount is like, Sergeant MacDougal! But he seems to just be kind of rocking back and forth before one of the lads will kind of head back there, kind of help him stand and bring him out. Does not take a keen eye to realize this man is plastered. He's absolutely tanked. So he stands up there on the stage. His shirt has kind of come unbuttoned, so one of the servant boys just kind of helps kind of put him back together, dusts off his shoulder, just like, come on, you can do this. Rally! Rally! Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry,
thank you.
Are people just standing around? Are they
They
seated?
are seated.
Okay, they're
Yes.
seated. Everyone is
Serving
seated.
staff are standing.
Are people
Guests are seated.
still filling in, or just
Yeah,
okay?
there are always going to be those.
I would like to join a table, and then I want to tap a couple people like on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And when he starts his speech, make this should be interesting. I heard he hates the Viscount, and just keep walking.
And they go, really? What did you hear? As you walk by, they're like,
Just to plant
they're like,
some
no,
seeds.
no, wait, come back. I want to know the
What's
drama.
the tea?
And one of them will kind of whistle over to one of their servants and be like, go talk to him. He said, there's drama. I want to know. And they'll just kind of like linger awkwardly.
So I want to plant those seeds and then sit down at
Yeah.
one of the tables.
Oh, it works immediately. These guys love drama. They slurp it up.
What else are you gonna do with all this time and money?
Yeah. As the sergeant's speech kind of drones on and on, it is abundantly clear this is a haunted man. When I reflect on my years of service, I think of the camaraderie, sacrifice. You can see there's one of his assistants is out there with kind of cue cards for him to read. And he just whisks them aside. I think of the tragedy, the friends, and it's very heavy. And though it is not in vain, the human spirit is indomitable. And we've fought for everything that we stand for. It's in moments like this we see the power of unity, the profound impact of shared strength. Thank you. And he kind of staggers off to the side, and the boys help him sit back down. As the Viscount very quickly rushes up to the stage. Thank you, Sergeant MacDougal, for the rousing speech. And everyone is like, is he okay? It doesn't seem like he's okay.
I'm gonna turn to Chapizo and I'm gonna go, I don't even know if he needs this bottle of wine.
No, I think you just have to bump into him.
And he might just fall over and knock out.
Yeah.
Just use your ghost arm to grab his heart from the ear.
That was one
'Cause
thing that I
aren't-
felt like was kind of too much. Was he was just going,
Kali Ma.
Yeah.
him.
Because weren't we gonna put the Or no, we were just sending the message in the bottle to the
Yeah, we could try to plant it like in his carriage.
Yeah, they will.
plant what?
The bottle,
He's quickly ushered
the fake glue.
backstage,
Into
where
the
he will collect
lieutenant. Sergeant.
what's left of his belongings, and they start to usher him away from the sort of dining hall, just to get him out of the
the
public
the
spaces.
public space, yeah.
Yeah.
So if one were to try to follow him, now would be your time.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll get up.
Yeah.
Okay. And a noblewoman in the interim speech. So I heard that there's some drama with Sergeant McDougal and
Maybe-
the Viscount, huh? What do you know?
I have
Yeah.
heard, just through the grapevine, that the two of them do not get along, and this was a ploy. He knows that the sergeant's not good at public speaking, and this was his attempt to humiliate him.
That was a rousing speech, am I right?
I know, quite.
You should have stuck to the cue cards.
Seems he had to get a little more than just a glass of liquid courage, perhaps, to even get up there.
Oh, you do go on. You're so naughty. Ooh. They'll kind of just keep talking at you. As Hoyd, you slip out.
I'm just kind of tailing Hoyd, just kind of lingering. I'm keeping him in eyesight. Because I'm going to intervene if someone's
Okay.
like,
One of
why are
these.
you over here by yourself?
One of the servants will go. Margrave, is everything to your satisfaction? Is there anything we can fetch you? You needn't. You needn't leave the dining hall. We can go fetch whatever it is you need.
I need you.
Your servant was
Watch my seat.
Okay.
I'll be gone.
Of course. Yes. No.
Make sure it's nice and warm when I get back.
And maybe you can piss in my bottle.
You want me to sit where you sit?
No. Just look at it.
How am I to keep it warm?
You figure that out.
Oh no! Look, I need something warm. I'll have to
Keep 'em
piss on it. It's
busy.
the only way. Okay. As the sergeant is ushered away, Hoyd, it's easy to keep track of this guy. It takes all four of those boys to keep him stood up straight. You're beginning to realize that his appearance to just get in through the door was all of the restraint he had left. So he kind of staggers out. They bring him to a sort of seating area, a lounge, if you will, as they kind of sit him down. And he just continues to very quickly down from a flask.
I'm just gonna straight up go up to him.
Okay. The
And-
boys are in the lounge. They're a little more at ease, as he's made it through his speech.
That was quite the speech, McDougal.
That was a load of crap. Always is.
I find these events they're more like party. They're more like tricks to make us feel better about ourselves. It's just posturing. It's just posturing. That's all it is, isn't it?
You get it. Marlowe! He gets it. You drink?
I do.
What do you drink?
I'm more of a gin guy.
Marlowe!
1340?
Marlowe, get the gin! I'm drinking with
What
my
about
new
this?
friend. What's your name?
My friends call me Hoyd,
Wait.
and I think we'll be great friends.
He gets it. You see, Marlowe, we told you. There's always one sensible person in a party full of rich fools. Now bring that gin over! I'm drinking with Hoyd. And he'll get one glass and then the bottle. How much you want? And he'll just fill it until it's like spilling over.
That's plenty.
He'll
That's
slide
plenty.
it. It kind of sloshes down the hatch.
I'm a sipper, so I'll hatch it with you, but I won't drink the whole thing.
Cheers.
And I'll sip a little bit of it. I'll set it down.
He'll take like 3 or 4 very sizable swigs of gin. You ever kill a man, Hoyd?
I'm fairly a young fellow. I haven't had much military experience, but where I'm from, we have had a few bandits here or there that I have had to take care of. And I'll reveal, and I'll say I lost this arm, and he'll see like this. There's no arm there.
Yeah.
Because I'm also hiding my ghastly arm. I'll say Laszlo saved me. Some of his servants came and helped me out quite a bit, and so I owe him a debt, and so I've been traveling with him since.
Yeah. Lost the leg back in Red Rock. Raids got a little tougher than we thought they could. He'll kind of slide his pant leg up, and you can see it's just like a wooden strut that's been just shoved into a shoe.
Do you ever get phantom pains like I do?
Oh, more than, well, maybe not more than you know. Probably you and I, we're like the same. We've seen the horrors. You ever watch the light leave the eyes of one of them bandits you put down? You ever think about all the experiences you're snuffing out? Saving your own hide, wondering if it was worth it.
The first bandit I killed still haunts me, because he was but a boy. Younger than me, and I killed him when I was 18.
These are the tough calls. They don't understand.
But he had a gun pointed to my head.
He'll reach into his pocket and draw a revolver. You know, sometimes I think the worst thing we ever did was make one of these. And he'll spin the barrel. It's too efficient and impersonal.
I'm a dagger guy myself.
I knew I
And
liked you.
Pull out what is one of my special daggers. It's like an obsidian dagger. And I'll place it on the table. This was the dagger I killed that boy with.
So you're Laszlo. When they sent their servants to save you, they expect everything from you forever after that. March you around like a little dancing monkey.
Laszlo treats me well. He pays high for my services. When he needs something done, I figure out how to get it done.
Well, you tell Laszlo they're the only good nobleman I ever met. And I ain't even met him yet.
Well, and I'll stand up. It was great meeting you. I think Laszlo would want you to have this, and I'll set the bottle of wine down. I must make sure Laszlo is doing well.
Duty's call. Take care of yourself, Boyd.
It's Hoyd, and I will kind of give him
never
a piece.
forget you. He's kind of slumping, takes 2 more swigs of gin, and then uncorks the bottle of wine.
And I'll grab the glass of gin that he gave me and walk away with it.
Okay. Meanwhile, back in the dining room.
Is Mr. Leinhauser alone?
Almost never.
Okay.
No, he's doing the rounds, going to various tables of nobles where he seems to be trying to peddle some sort of a deal, but is mostly making sure that everyone's eating and drinking and being merry.
Just kind of.
But yes, he is not unattended. There is a youth with sort of scraggly blonde hair that's been pulled back behind their their face, and they seem to be kind of rubbing some sleep out of their eyes. They seem to be a little drowsy.
Okay. How can we get that key? I bet you that person has it.
What person?
His assistant. Servant.
The servant drank the wine.
Friendly reminder. Stage whispers, please.
His servant.
That's not, no.
Opposite.
Oh.
Yeah. Stage whisper is like, hey. Yeah. Friendly
His
reminder.
servant.
We're not next to each other in character, so this is
Hoyd.
as players.
I guess I am walking back, yes.
Yeah. So Hoyd disappears for probably 10 minutes or so
Okay.
with this sergeant, and then comes back alone.
Are we good?
The wine is in place. And looked like he was going to drink it immediately. And I'll set my little gin glass down at my seat that was next to you.
Okay. I think that, I don't know why I can't remember it. Leinhauser's servant over there might have his key. I think he's too busy making sure everything's going well down here to keep track of that.
And I'll look over at him and I'll go like, yep, that was the kid. Was that the kid I gave the wine to?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's looking a little drowsy. I hope he didn't drink that.
You think he would?
I told him it's one of Grumble Grape's best wines. So hopefully the Viceroy's gotten some. Or getting some. He's looking a little tired.
Well, I'm just afraid that Leinhauser's gonna know who I am and be like, "You're not, you're not
Well, then just stick to the plan.
Laszlo." Okay, yeah, I am.
Okay.
All right.
Just immediately. You're not Laszlo! Unmasked!
Like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Okay. The Viscount spends the better part of 90 minutes schmoozing between dinner's beginning and when his speech is to be. He will make his way over to your table, but you are a bit relieved when he pulls out a small set of note cards, kind of flicks to what table you're at. And goes,
Okay. Okay.
Ah, yes, the esteemed Margrave Laszlo Kerrigan. Thanks ever so much for joining us today. You simply must tell me, how is the fleece business?
Never better.
And I posture with my coat on.
Never better! It has literally never been better. The fleece industry is booming. Lincoln, you're over there, you're like, you have hemorrhoids, not laryngitis? No!
Well, now I have laryngitis.
I've come back with a dire case of bronchitis. It's really bad. I've come down with second grader giving a presentation. I have chosen to research the fleece trade in Morocco.
What were you saying, Brian?
Oh, I was posturing up
Yeah.
my coat because you're in the fleece business. Like my
Nice,
little.
nice.
Never better. Truly, even with all of the... Even with the livestock issues?
Well, you gotta put on the front.
Ah, so it's booming.
Yeah.
Ah, well, perhaps someone such as me could help maybe grease the wheels, get a few extra sheep farms into your pockets.
You speak my language.
I would only be asking for 47% of the profits over 3 years.
I will walk by and try to stealth some additional sleeping concoction into his drink.
Why don't you give me the cup? Because I'm sure there's like people walking around with like glasses.
Most
So,
specifically,
I'm gonna signal.
The youth that is walking with him is holding his
Oh.
glass.
So I'm gonna like, I don't know, hand signal to you or Hoyd to be like, get me some of the stuff
While
be
you're
like-
talking.
Just a really, really obnoxious laugh.
Henrik. Yes.
What's the signal? You'll know. Please.
Well, Henrik, you know, I like those terms. How about we toast to it? Hoyd,
Do I have
Some of the
do I
good
have
stuff.
extra poison on me? Did we even pre-plan that?
Or just
I'm
get
gonna
it
put some
from-
in. I'm
from
gonna
like-
put
yeah,
some in.
yeah.
Okay.
And I'll snap to you. You got a one of them fancy bottles?
Fine. I'll take out a flask.
Okay.
hurry up.
The serving youth gives you like a really weird look, and then looks at Lincoln. Looks, but
This
then
is
they kind of
so
like.
sus. This is so sus.
And they're like, "Poor! Did you not hear? We're toasting to business." And they're, yeah, yes, of course, my account. Yeah, absolutely. As they're like very clearly not fully there anymore.
Uh-oh.
No,
We might have to...
47% over 3 years,
Sounds like a deal to me.
and he'll. Nothing tastes better than business.
I'll cheers to that again.
Now you simply must excuse me. I need to prepare for my speech. You, servant, be prepared. And they're like, what? Yeah, we're going. And I'm right there with you, Viscount.
You know, Henrik, it doesn't look so good. Why don't you let,
Just stop.
Why don't you let
Just
Lloyd-
stop talking?
Lloyd help
Just- You're digging a hole so deep right now.
why? I couldn't remember what I called you.
Oh, there's simply no need. It's fine. It's fine. There'll be that. Oh, yes, you do look
Doesn't
green
look good.
around the gills. Go sit down or drink water, whatever it is you do for fun. And they'll. The Viscount kind of straightens his coat and. I have a speech to deliver, and they head up on stage.
No.
Go get him.
But as the
Knock 'em dead.
as the boy is sitting down,
Yeah.
I am going to ask for 5 gold pieces from you because you have all our money,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna slip it in his pocket.
Okay.
That's
Let's go.
that's the tip for
Let's
getting
go.
the.
Hey, I remember you. Shh. You said you lost your. Oh, you found your money. That's great.
You found your money.
Cause they're just like looking cross-eyed at you, like, great job.
And I'll sit back down.
Okay.
I would assume 5 gold pieces will keep him quiet even if he wakes up.
He's gonna make like 3 copper for the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, I never saw you. We were never here. But as the Viscount Heinrich Leinhauser heads up to the stage, I would love an awareness test from all 3 of you.
Okay. Oh.
I have a 19.
Okay.
Do any of you guys need mastery? I have plenty of mastery die.
18.
Oh. Lots
Joel,
of
would you
mastery
like
to go
mastery?
around.
We're doing awareness?
Yes.
I have mastery now. Good.
Okay.
Got a +8 on mastery potentially.
Bless up. 3.
14.
Okay. Okay, so all of those are they're pretty good. As the esteemed Viscount takes the stage for his speech, he'll start tinging a glass with a knife. Very, very gauche. This is not the done thing, but he's perhaps not feeling quite himself. As he steps up to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. I stand before you as your humble Minister of Domestic Procurement, with an exciting vision for the future of this city's economy. As we navigate through these dynamic and shifting landscapes, our approach to growth must be both strategic and bold.
What are you doing down here? This wasn't the plan.
What?
You're supposed to be finding the safe right now.
Okay.
I will actually get up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna actually go grab the key card from the boy that is sleeping now from drinking
Yes.
the wine, and
Does
I'm
he
gonna
have
head
the
up.
key on there too?
I'll check his body.
Okay. Give me a very quick once over.
Is at least McDougal
Like,
taken
You
care
could
of?
do awareness. You could do
I'll go
intuition,
check
We'll do
trickery.
intuition.
Yeah. Anything like that.
Intuition
He's been
check.
taken care of.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Well, I got a natural 1, but my master got a 6, and I have a plus
Okay.
5 on it, so it's an
Okay.
11.
It's spared. It's an unconscious manservant with a sort of room key badge on there. Yeah, you're able to swipe that. There's no sort of actual key on this lad, because the next line of the speech is, "Today, I want to share with you a key component of our economic expansion plan: increasing the import of goods from all around." As there's a kind of an audible gasp through the crowd as everyone's like, "Who did he sign an agreement with?" They go, "Courtesy of my very bold new business partner, Margrave Kerrigan, we should be importing thousands." As you can kind of see, Lincoln, you know the poison is starting to take effect. "We're bringing thousands of sheeps. Just so many of them. The fleece business is booming, and we just need a few ground floor investors. I urge you to sign on with us. We are expanding our imports.
I'm
There
going
are
up, you're staying
several
down.
crucial purposes. We will stimulate the local fleece economy with a wider access to sheeps."
I'm just gonna slip out though. I'll
Okay.
follow you.
He points to where you were sitting.
That's why I was like, you need to...
"Laszlo Kerrigan has assured me the fleece business has never been better. Stand up, Laszlo, where are you? Can't see you out there. You're wearing a very garish green velvet suit. Hard to miss. This increased variety of sheeps will be very big for us all, and more jobs will be made from the sheeps being brought in." As he kind of goes, "The logistics and distribution of sheeps will be handled by those best suited to increase production of fleece."
I'm gonna turn to the person next to me.
Yeah.
Be like, as a doctor, I don't think he's looking quite well.
"I'm sure he's just nervous. He's probably fine. Just nervous."
The way his lymph nodes pulsate, they don't know. They don't know.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
Yeah, they don't know. I'll say I'll buy Hoyt a chance to sneak out and kind of rush to the top floor with that gold key card. The guards this time don't seem to care. They flash the gold key card. They look at one another for a second and open the door, let you in. There's a very, very nice room. It's about 3 times the size of the one you were in a little bit ago. There's like a full-on clawfoot tub over in the corner. There's a very, very garish, like 4-post king plus sized bed with like silk sheets. And you see the note that you had given the sort of messenger is kind of sat on a little tea-side table, and there are 2 glasses of wine, one of which has like a few sips taken out of it, and the other one is untouched, which you gather was poured out for the young man, and then they were interrupted by something. But the young man did appear to have stolen a sip, which is why it took so long for it to kick in. But there is a wall safe kind of posted up on the side. Now, Hoyt, in this room, magic arm, bypassing any degree of combination for this safe. I'm only going to ask you for a trickery check to
Ooh.
just kind of manipulate the tumblers from the inside.
Don't even need the key.
Yeah.
Beat the game.
You are spared the taxing task of digging through like personal notes and hoping to find important dates that could be a
Mole
combination.
hands.
Mole hands would have been so useful.
It is a unnatural 20.
I use magnet fingies to de-align the tumblers. Okay. You stick your ghastly hand in there and using a variety of your fingies to kind of hold the tumblers in place before you just swing that safe door open from within. There are 2 large bars of like full-on gold bullion. Big, big money. There is a very profitable trade agreement for which MacDougall's speech was meant to drive business and excitement. And held within, there is a very small, like, ivory box. Very teeny tiny, very thin.
I'm going to open the ivory box.
Okay. There are 6 pairs of earrings and a very long, like, diamond necklace.
I'm going to close it.
Okay.
Is there any sort of inconspicuous bag that I can put under my cloak laying around that I could carry all the stuff in?
I mean, I would say you could still have, like, the kind of towel that you had brought in here. Otherwise, it's whatever kind of pockets. Or if you want to
Okay.
take something. But that might draw attention.
I will actually, like you're saying, I could hide it under the towel, like the. Well,
You could, like, kind of
yeah.
slip it in there with that.
What about the
that
gold?
ghostly
Do
arm.
I
How
want
heavy
the gold?
is the gold?
The gold bullion's pretty dense.
Okay.
Like, could he toss it out the window on top
Onto
of the
the roof?
bookstore? Or would it, like, cave through the
I
roof?
might flip yeah, that was gonna be my next question: is how far
So-
away from outside the gates is that window?
So a quick Google tells me that a
Gold
brick or
bar.
bullion of gold weighs approximately 27 pounds.
Holy crap. Okay, just leave the
Crazy.
gold. That's too much.
Yeah.
I will definitely take and hide the
Ivory box.
ivory box.
We'll just
on-
take the stuff
Contract.
from inside it and leave the box.
Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
could just put those in pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slip
Well,
those in
although
your
the ivory
pockets.
box would protect it if it's like prized.
Yeah, but
jewels.
then we have a little bit of head start. They don't know what's missing until they open
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I
Okay.
will put those in my
So you
pockets.
take the gold bullion, take the ivory box.
Can I hide the? Like, you mean leave the ivory box and leave the bullion, or?
It's up to you. You tell me what you want to take.
Well, I'm gonna attempt to take at least one of the. Is it just one gold bullion?
There's
Two.
two gold
Ooh,
bullions
dang.
in there. So almost
Like
60
this
pounds
with a
of gold.
towel.
He's like
draped.
leaning pretty hard.
Sweating, just
You just gotta get to that other unoccupied room.
Bro's got like
our room.
Your room.
No.
you got to find the Margrave's room.
Or just
Bro's
go to
gonna
the other
show up
unoccupied
naked
one
without
again.
his
Yeah.
Second
invite.
floor, room 3A.
3A.
Yeah.
So then I will try and hide the gold bullion,
Okay.
and I
Is there a
will.
room
Is it-
service card?
Yeah, like a room service card
You
or
stick it in your sleeve, and it's like, just you're walking like, dong, dong, dong.
And then I will start. I will leave, and then I'll mention to the guards. He just forgot some. He forgot something he wanted for dinner in here,
Go.
and I'll just keep walking
Okay.
confidently.
Okay. Roll a trickery on the way out.
get a Trixie. Come on, now you be
Oh,
Trixie,
no.
little bastard. Do I have? Oh, I have mastery. I can give you mastery.
You might want to. I don't know.
For what?
Trickery.
Yeah.
Trickery on the guards on the way out.
2.
It's a total of 16 then.
Okay, you're fine. You were making me nervous. So they got an 11 on whether or not
Oh,
they
I
were
would've
going to
been good
say
without it, but-
if he forgot something for dinner, shouldn't you be bringing some degree of food or wine? But you just walk out there and go, he forgot something.
He seasons it with gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be something
The
as
gold
simple as like a
flakes.
pocket
Cheese
watch.
grater.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, just on the.
Because they would have called you on it, but they just buy it. They go, okay, cool. As you
Whatever
sneak
you
out of there, you got the
say.
gold bullion. It's like in your pockets. Your pants are like sliding down. 60 pounds of gold weighing you down. So you head over to the Margrave's room.
3A.
Yep. The provided
for
key
my-
will work for
okay,
you.
provide a key,
You can get
sweet.
on in there. Drop off the gold bullion and the ivory box.
And I did close the safe.
Okay,
On my
close
way
it
out.
back up.
That would have been in the plan. Is close the safe and lock it back up, so it's
Sure.
just empty. They think
Yeah.
it's
It's an
not.
inside
Inside
job.
And there was a
job.
contract in there too.
There was a contract in there as
I'm
well.
just gonna leave the contract.
Okay. It's rather notably, it's a contract with McDougal.
With McDougal.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Should I have taken the contract? I don't.
Yeah.
And then put it
Uh-huh.
on McDougal.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
To throw a little more out for you because you've spent a little bit of time in there.
Uh-huh.
It is effectively they're gonna try to use his name to start like a private militia business
Mm.
for like
And if
extra
he
security.
takes out the business partner, then he owns the whole business.
Or
in terms
from
of
your
framing
conversation
him.
with him, he's not too happy about being locked into a contract with a bunch of noblemen that are gonna parade him around like a dancing monkey.
Yeah.
His words, not mine. Even though they were my words originally. My words, not his.
I mean, I guess if I can retro it, I
it's-
would take
Yeah.
the contract,
Good
knowing.
evidence.
Yeah,
Good
because also the tertiary
True.
payout is
Motive.
to clean out the safe. Just leave him with nothing.
Yeah.
motive.
The
That's
box
right,
doesn't
nothing.
necessarily count for that. If you leave the box behind, I'm not going to be like, you didn't take the box. Does it count now?
Doesn't count.
Yeah, so if
Alright.
you take all of the things out of there. The other part of that is steal the Viscount's safe key.
Mhm.
However, seems your contractual employer hint for future is not necessarily 100% accurate on the details. Because the
it
safe
wasn't a
key would have been a
key.
combination and not an
Right.
actual key.
Right. Right, huh?
Which, me figuring out the combination on the inside, I
Mm-hmm.
probably could repeat the actual combination at this
Yes.
point.
But this is a point of note, is some of the bonus payouts will have partial truths or maybe some misinformation because you're
I
getting a
see.
contract.
Okay.
I want you to like clean out the safe. Like, it's probably just a big key, huh? I want his big key. And they're like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
That's stupid. If it's a big key, you just stick your arm in the keyhole. And then Hoyd's like, yeah, I would do that on every lock.
It looks like the Keyblade from Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts.
Let's
Yeah,
stick it
yeah.
in him. The open your heart. Kingdom Heart.
Oh my god.
So you clean out the safe. Head on out of there. Those of you back in the dining hall.
Yes.
In conclusion, by increasing our imports, we let us seize the opportunity to propel our city into a new era of prosperity.
I think he's gonna faint.
I think so too.
And
I'm
he
trying to like.
slams into the speed. Everyone goes. And the woman goes, "You use his lymph nodes. You said go. You must be a doctor."
I'll say, yes, I'm a doctor, and I'll run up to the stage. In case there's anyone nearby, give him space, give him space.
Okay. Everyone is like trying to get in there, but
Give him space.
give me influence with. I'll give you a free mastery on there just in case.
I have a
'cause you're a
mastery,
doctor.
too.
You are a doctor. Yes, you are important. Wisdom of crowds.
I got a 6 for you.
15.
What is?
Plus 6
No, 15 total.
with the 6.
Yeah.
Oh.
What was it for?
Influence.
Influencing the
Influence?
crowd.
It's too late. It's okay.
Oh, I have mastery here. Alright.
Up to Drew's discretion, but technically illegal.
Okay. Fine.
The crowd, most of them buy it, but a few individuals are on staff. This is a big place where people might be poisoned,
Okay.
and they will also rush up with you
Okay.
and go, "My God, he seems to have drank too much. Someone must have put something in his food. Tell me, what did he eat? Where's his servant?" And they look over and they see the servant passed out in the chair.
Let me run a test, and I'll take out a little kit, and then I want to, like,
It just to the other doctors. Oh no, it's contagious.
Don't touch him.
I
He's
wanna,
got the falling sickness.
I want to give a few gentle slaps to see if he comes to even a little bit, or if he's like out.
Oh well, it's your poison. You tell me.
Okay. I want him
Is
to
he
be
fully unconscious, or
hoping
is he
he's-
kind of like?
I'm hoping he's a little
Not allowed to
drowsy.
have chocolate before dinner.
I'm hoping he's a little drowsy. And I want to lean down like I'm listening to hear him breathe, and I want to whisper in his ear, McDougal did this to you.
Okay. Give me an influence test.
Okay.
I'll give you mastery.
Yet
I got plenty
again.
of them. Oh, just a 1.
I'm gonna give him difficulty because he's been poisoned. It's a 4 minus 4 for a 0.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
A 1.
So a 7.
Okay. 7's higher than 0.
All right.
As he goes, McDougal, the bastard wants out of his contract. As the other doctor goes, what? McDougal? Something about a contract. Someone find Sergeant McDougal! The Viscount seems to believe he is responsible.
I'm gonna swab his mouth, and these are fake
Yeah.
Q-tips, and it turns purple immediately when I just get it
And they
wet.
go,
When-
my God, he's got purple saliva!
It's been poisoned. He's
Ah!
been poisoned.
When they say
I
like
concur. And they're trying to be like the better doctors. So
Yeah.
they're like, I would have done that as well. Yes, I agree.
Does anyone have an antidote?
when they say someone find McDougal, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I saw him go that way, just to
Okay.
deflect.
To add.
Yeah.
Add
From
some
where he
confusion
actually
to the mix.
is, so you have time to get to
most
him.
of the crowd is kind of frantic at this point, and the guards begin kind of like sealing the doors. They go, "No one leaves until we find McDougal." And you're like, "He went that way," and everyone's like, "Oh!" They're all running around.
Do any of you
Useless.
have an antidote?
Even the doctor's like, "Why, yes, I do, but it will depend." My God, man, live! And just kind of like stabs a syringe into his chest. With your medical knowledge. It's the equivalent of like an EpiPen, if you were to be having some sort of
Nice.
allergic reaction.
Adrenaline.
And the Viscount goes, "Oh, McDougal has poisoned me!"
Exactly what I hoped for. Exactly what I hoped for.
He goes, "Where is he? He wants out of the contract! The contract we signed! The bastard wants out!" And then he just kind of goes, and falls back down as the adrenaline runs out.
And then during that mayhem, because
Yeah.
everyone's focused on that, I'm just gonna inject it into his thigh.
Okay, give me a trickery.
Stealth?
You only have to get around. Oh, you can do stealth if you'd rather. Stealth or trickery. You
I've
only
got-
have to get around the doctor that's
I'm gonna
next to
do
you.
trick-
I've still got a bajillion
Trickery,
mastery
I'm gonna
dice.
give you.
Trickery.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you.
Oh, you might want
I'm
it.
gonna roll this
You
one.
might want it. You might want help.
Okay.
You might want
Uh,
help.
2.
6.
6?
Yeah.
So that's 8 plus that is 19.
Oh, higher than 16 plus 2, which is 18. As the doctor's kind of looking around, there's a millisecond where he looks away, and you're like, okay.
Criminy.
As he's screaming, like he wants out the contract, right before he goes, "Ugh." As you're ejecting him, as he's falling back unconscious, you see like a little pulse of black, and then it just kind of seeps into his veins.
Jeez.
As the EpiPen adrenaline will have the adverse effect of pumping the poison through faster.
And I will have been booking it downstairs.
Yeah, so
to
like-
get the contract onto McDougal.
You're walking and like clink, 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 clink.
Well, I
You're like,
dropped the
"Hold
gold
bullion."
off. Dropped the gold off with
That's
the
right.
rope.
That's right. So you get back down as they've kind of sealed the dining hall from the inside, but there are several guards looking around. Find McDougal! Find him now! And you're like, just kind of stand off to the side. For those of you still trapped within, they begin kind of like manacling the manservant who's unconscious, just assuming that they're involved. Anytime a noble is poisoned, their servant definitely did it. Even if the Viscount says otherwise, this kid's in danger now.
I'm just going to put my hand on the guy that administered the EpiPen like needle and just
Yeah.
say, I hope your antidote works, and I'll leave.
Okay. And he just goes, and he's like, wait, if it doesn't, I could be liable. Yes, this man also helped, but you're already gone. To the crowd. There was another doctor you all saw, and they're like, come with us in case we need you. And he's like, the antidote, it must have worked. And they're like, yeah, okay, well, it better. As they kind of start ushering them away. A couple minutes pass in the frantic heat of the moment as the doors are bursted open as they drag the unconscious McDougal in. It seems he drank himself into a frenzy from the anxiety of the poisoning. We've found him. Here he is. They just kind of toss him to the floor, and he's just out snoring. He reeks of various alcohols. Hoyd, as the door opens, the three of you are able to kind of lock eyes.
Do you still have the contract?
I still have the contract, but
Yeah.
I would like to try to put it on his where his servants area is.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of, I would assume they got bags and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or like a cart.
With
I'm
and take that label off the bottle too.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk
Okay.
over there as stealthily as possible.
Sure, give me a stealth check. Come on, buddy.
Don't have mastery in this.
Uh-oh.
Help him. Do you have any left?
Help me!
What? Sorry?
Mastery and stealth. Do you have any mastery dice left?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 2 left. I'll help. I'll help. I'll help. I'll help. And I helped.
Got a 6.
2.
Total. 6, 8. Ooh.
Okay.
I have 1 more.
In
Can't
the
use both.
so in the hectic nature of the moment, as you're kind of rushing on over there, a few of the servants that kind of watched you enter and then suddenly have some degree of status give you a quizzical look, but are not about to accuse a nobleman of doing anything untoward. And you've been labeled as a +1 at least twice today. So you just walk over and you just take a piece of paper. You
Rip the label off.
just take the label off a bottle of wine, and they're like, "Huh?" But you just go. They just look down as they drag McDougal and the Viscount. It's a matter of minutes later.
I want to grab one of the nosy people.
Yeah.
And that's nearby,
Mhm.
and point to that area after Hoyt has left.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, what is this? Maybe this is the contract they had, and that may have been where the wine originated. You should go show it to the guards.
They go, "Imagine the clout," and they run over. I found the contract they were talking about. I did it. Me, I found it. It was me that found it. All me, just me. And they're like, "I'm gonna be a baron for sure."
I'm gonna walk over to Laszlo, and I'm going to go and say out loud as Hoyd, Laszlo, I'm feeling a bit sleepy. I'm wondering if maybe McDougal drugged me too. I'm gonna go lay down,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna disappear and go up to the room.
Okay. Some of the nosy nobles would be like, I too feel faint as well. That McDougal's a mass poisoner. He's a mass poisoner. He should be hanged for this. As the doctor that you've left over here has the horrible job of announcing the death of a Viscount. My God, he's dead. I thought you administered an antidote. Perhaps you are also the poisoner.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving
Yeah,
the building.
I'm
They're just
also
getting
slipping out.
whipped into a frenzy
Yeah.
where everyone is involved.
Out.
Those awareness tests from earlier, the two of you will see a individual clad almost all in black with a kind of face mask just give a nod at both of you, and then just disappear into the crowd very quickly, as it seems as though you have succeeded on all counts. As the three of you exit the Dunhaven Grand Hotel, crack some knuckles. I'll say it's before then you can go collect your gold bullion and be like, we're not staying here.
Yeah, I will
Too
not
many
be poisoned.
Yes.
Want my refund.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. As the entire evening is immediately shattered as everybody begins exiting the hotel. You have successfully poisoned and killed on stage the Viscount Heinrich Leinhauser, Minister of Domestic Procurement. You poisoned him. He died on stage during a speech. You have successfully framed Sergeant McDougal for the murder, and you have cleaned out the Viscount's safe. A success on all accounts. Now, before the next time we play, we'll get you all to level 7 for a successful contract executed nigh flawlessly, I might add. And before the next time, you'll have your bonus payout, jingle jangle extra muns,
Nice.
and concurrent extra bonuses as you head back to your teeth cart. There's a mostly nude Margrave just face down in the back of the cart, who's slept through the entire occasion, but also signed an agreement that is gonna gouge his business
Well,
forever.
he died.
He did die.
So. It's null
And it was
void.
it was a verbal agreement, but he was supposed to bring the sheeps.
Yeah, he's supposed to bring a sheep.
So, up to you what you do with him, I guess, is our final point of order.
Put his clothes back on and put him back in the alley.
Okay. And he wakes up a little groggy and just goes, I had the worst nightmare. I saw a mosquito the size of a basket.
I'm gonna position him where he's like how he tripped, and then like loosen a stone, like he was running from it and tripped.
Very good. Okay.
Knocked himself out.
Yep.
Excellent work. Well, in your teeth cart, there are two, like, all black sort of suitcase-like parcels kept awaiting. These are your bonus payouts.
This is normal, right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
pretty typical. Payment is to be left in the teeth
Designated.
cart.
In the tooth cart.
Yeah.
In the
teeth-
cavity.
Yes, in the cavity. In the secret
like it.
cavity.
Put it
You
in the
need to check
cavity.
our special cavity. But for now, so ends the first Sticks and Stones assassination mission. Excellent work.
That was fun.
Well done. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.